Yeah. Peace, everybody. Welcome back to the Vortex. We were looks like we ran into a little technical difficulty. We look like we was hacked there by some crazy hackers out there, some porn hackers, but we're back to continue the show. I'm just gonna wait for all the brothers to roll back in so Black Jesus can continue his show.
Yeah, we back on.
Yeah, we back on. So give me a second while I get my little notices out here. Let everybody know we're back again. We had a pretty good show going too, man. That was crazy. Unless you know this flat Earth stuff is deep. Uh, if you're gonna share your screen, let me know before, because I guess that's how they do it. They take the snapshot of the hangout or whatever. Everybody who's tuning in, welcome back to the show. Looks like we was hacked. And so we had to shut the show down and erase the show because they trying to get us shut down here. We've been doing a lot of controversial things, bringing a lot of information. So who knows who was responsible for that? But we're still gonna keep it flowing. Hopefully, we're waiting for the brother Sanchez and brother Konsu to come back in, and we got Masterpiece already back in here, so that's a good thing.
And I'm going to deal with Master P, what Master P laid out. Brother Master P, are you on the line?
I'm still here, brother.
All righty. Okay. Let me find a video and I'm going to share it that was dealing exactly with what Master P was relaying to the people. Now, Master P, as a matter of fact, brother.
Hey,
Put,
Black Jesus.
Yes.
Before you share your screen, can you make sure that you don't show any of your desktop, like your Google Hangout? Because if you go and share your screen and it does that like screen duplicating thing, someone can screenshot that and then come onto the Hangout and hack it. So just make sure you're into the website and the video's already loaded up before you share the screen.
Okay, gotcha, sir. All right.
Cool.
Master Piece was sounding really low, really
Yeah,
low.
it was. Master P, can you try to improve your mic?
I am going to right now. How does this sound?
A little bit better, but you're still kind of weak,
A little muffled still.
muffled. Yeah.
Okay, well we'll let the people come back in and everything like that, because I believe Konsu and the rest of them wanted to build, but
Yeah, but while we are
into
waiting on them, you and I can get some things out the way that I want to address regarding your points. Now, if you'll bring up that example that you had about the train track, whatever that was, pull that up, brother. Share the screen and pull that up.
Okay. 1 second. Okay.
For everybody just tuning in, if you didn't know, really quick, I just want to let y'all know that we did get hacked, but we're back. And before you share your screen, just let me know before I put the screen on you, so we can stop that from happening again. As the brother Sanchez and you've been exposed, to just let me know how to handle that. So we got brother Sanchez back in the building. Uh, Appreciate you coming back. Masterpiece is back in the building. So Black Jesus is gonna continue his show. We're gonna wait for Karsu to hopefully show back up. And if you want to join the panel, also just put your email in the chat room, and we'll probably open up the phone lines also. So we're back and ready to rock.
All right, brother Masterpiece, go ahead and pull up that diagram about the train track. Share your screen. Thank you, sir. Now you were showing us this example as in reference to the sun, and in the time lapse videography of the sun traveling across the sky in Alaska or near the Arctic. Video again, where the sun was literally going up and down, on completely out of sight, in reference to the polar day and polar night of almost perpetual daylight, 6 months of perpetual daylight in the summer, and perpetual nighttime in the winter. Now, when you showed the diagram of the sun going up and down, you stated, yeah, go. You can go ahead and play that again, brother. Now, and I'm going to show you the same thing because I played the same thing that you're playing right now. Stop. Now you see the camera. Yeah, the camera. No, you go ahead and play it. Play it. You're doing a good job. You stated earlier that the camera was following the sun. No, the camera is following the sun that's going, but the camera is not following the sun up and down, up and down. Okay, brother? Because the sun goes out of the camera range in this picture, in the time lapse. So yes, the camera is spinning from left to right, what it seems like, but the sun is going up and down in camera and out of camera, but never going below the horizon. So you were wrong when you said that the camera was following the sun up and down movement.
Okay, no.
So the movement of the sun.
I'm not. Hold on. I can't let you get another sentence out. I never said that it was following the sun up and down. I said as it's going up and down, it's coming in closer and further. But
okay,
your family turn Masterpiece up a little bit, Elo.
Man,
okay, yeah, Masterpiece. If you can turn your volume up, everybody's still complaining about your volume.
Okay.
Yeah, I have his volume all the way up.
Yeah, that's. I just don't know. I just don't know what it could be like.
Okay, well, try to just talk up, brother, while you're talking.
All right. How's this?
That's good. Talk up. Keep talking.
Okay. So I didn't mean it in reference to following its up and down pattern. What I meant was, if you look at the hills underneath, the landscape underneath, it's not panning from left to right, It's going 360 degrees around.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, sir. Right. I'm agreeing with you. Yes.
Right. And you don't need to do that on a sphere.
Huh?
Okay, look.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on, brother. Stop a second.
Let me explain. Let me
Okay,
explain.
go ahead.
Let me explain this. Okay, quick. Okay. I mean, it's a crude example. I mean, like, we're on the spot. I mean, I guess I could draw it. Here, let me draw it up. Okay. Now, here's my screen for everybody to see, okay? Now, say, I'm just going to wait for, okay, there we go.
Hold up. I got to cut you off. I got to make an important announcement. The people that sniped you is in the chat right now. You got Cigar Face out there. You need to ban him. Make one of our people your mods. Make like your sweet place or everything's love. Make one of them a mod. They'll get the trolls out of there.
Okay.
Yeah, everything in your sweet place, they good people. Yeah, you can make both of them. Drea, she a good one too. Drea, what else we got out there? Shit, we got, what we modded up, so.
Okay, so can I?
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. We're looking at you. Go ahead.
Now, if this is the sun, right? And now we're looking down, so the Earth is spinning, and we're looking down at the North Pole, okay? If the Earth is spinning around, then the camera doesn't have to spin around the Earth to keep it in view from left to right. Just like I said with the train locomotive, it's always if the sun is back. I said it shouldn't change the size of the sun because it's so far. If the camera's pointed here, center, it's facing the sun. Now, as it revolves, face this way. as it revolves, still facing this way. So all the camera has to do is pan left and right on the ground. It doesn't need to follow the sun all the way around. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, now hold on
it
for a
doesn't need to
second,
go.
Master P. Oh, I hear you, brother. Okay, hold on for a second. I hear you.
Okay.
Now listen to me for a second. I see what you're saying. Now, but I want you to think about what I'm saying right now. Now listen, brother. Even with the flat earth model, a camera will still have to pan 360 degrees because you say that as the flat earth, the sun is
Of course.
rotating around the earth, right?
Of course. So
Okay, stop. Now, good. Hold on. Good. And we know if on a flat earth, you all say that the Arctic is the center of the earth. So if you're in the Arctic area, anywhere in that area, okay, anywhere on that continental area, and the sun is revolving, then your camera will have to pan 360 degrees, correct?
Okay, see, wait,
Hold on, brother. Come on now. Look,
I
look,
see what
look.
you're trying to do.
No.
See, because
Listen,
you
brother.
said, no, because you said if we were
Hold on.
well, no, it's okay. I'm
Brother,
answering
listen.
I'm just
Okay,
answering you
you're
because
looking
trying to
at
make it
your
seem
flat earth. You're looking at your flat earth right there, right?
I of
Now,
course you have to follow the sun all the way around.
okay then, sir, stop.
But what
Listen,
I'm saying is that you shouldn't have to, and that's what we see
no,
in
brother,
this
no,
video.
excuse me, man. No,
Okay,
brother,
okay.
brother. If the sun is revolving around the earth, as you say on the flat earth model, 360 degrees, 24 hour cycles, it's revolving. Yes, the camera must turn around, brother. The camera cannot stay in one place.
Are you? I don't know if you're listening. I don't know if you're listening to me or you're not listening to yourself, because I'm telling you that you think you live on a globe, and
Okay.
yet you still think that you have to physically do a 360-degree turn.
Okay.
When
Now
the
listen.
earth is doing that for you. I'm
Okay.
saying the only way that the camera would have to spin around in a 360 degrees if you're on a stationary plane and the sun is moving.
Okay, brother. Listen. Okay, listen to me very, very carefully. Okay. Now, I was giving you an example from the flat earth model, and then I'm going to give you the understanding that you need for the global model. From the flat earth model, do you agree? As the sun goes around the flat earth model, and the earth is stationary, the camera will have to pan around in a complete circle, 360-degree circle, to follow the sun. Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. Yes.
Good. Now, let's go to the globe. Now, if the globe is correct, and the Arctic is at the top of the earth, not in the center near the equator, but is at the very top of the globe. Okay, and if the earth is spinning and the sun is stationary, if the sun is stationary and the earth is spinning, you still will need a camera that needs to spin, because as the earth is spinning, the sun will not be in the same position that it was in relationship to the earth. Because the earth is spinning, you will still need a camera that turns 360 degrees. Do you agree?
Incorrect.
Oh, okay. So no, stop. No, hold on, brother. I need you to
I'm about
stop.
to show you why.
Hold on. Oh, no, brother. I'm gonna let you talk now. Just hold down. Now, brother, if you are standing on a merry-go-round, all right? Are you getting the example I'm giving you?
Yeah.
If you're standing on a merry-go-round in the middle of it, and you're stationary now, and then you're looking at a person, at a point, a building, or whatever, a tree or person, whatever, you're looking at them. And as the merry-go-round is the earth, and the tree or the person that you're looking at is the sun. Now, as that merry-go-round, your eyes are the eyes of the camera. Now, as the merry-go-round spins around, which is the earth, sir, or if it turns around completely 180 degrees, are you going to still be able to see that object?
Hey, 1 second, Black Jesus.
Sir, no, brother, answer my question.
No, this is Lex Black Jesus. Hold on, I just want to say, Masterpiece, do you want to try to go out and come back in, because we can't hear you?
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to do that. Can you just call me? Call me.
No, okay, but hold on. No, I want him to answer this question. I can hear him.
Talk louder. Don't go nowhere, man. Just
I
talk.
can hear him. I can hear him. So let him finish this right quick. Did he leave out?
Oh, he
Okay.
left.
Okay. Well, let me ask this question to somebody else. Who's another flat earther? Brother Sanchez. You on the line?
Yeah, I can hear you. Talk to me, my brother.
Now, if you're standing on a merry-go-round, this is the example I was trying to get brother Masterpiece to understand. If you're standing in the center of the merry-go-round, and we know the merry-go-round spins, right? And you're standing in the middle of that merry-go-round, and the merry-go-round is the earth. And let's say you're looking at a tree or a person in a fixed position, and we say that the sun is in a fixed position. If that merry-go-round starts to spin, and let's say you are the camera, okay? Will you as the camera, will you be able to continue to see that tree as the merry-go-round spins around if you stay in one position, or will you have to turn to maintain looking at that position as the merry-go-round goes around?
If you want to maintain your sights locked on it, you definitely gonna have to turn.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That is the example that I'm trying to share with everybody and trying to share with Masterpiece, because he's trying to say that why should the camera turn if the earth is spinning? The spinning earth should aid the turning of the camera, and I'm trying to give him the understanding that that's not true. So Masterpiece, are you back, brother?
Yeah.
That's what he.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Masterpiece. I just got through sharing the example that I was sharing with you. Brother, I stated to you earlier, if you were standing on a merry-go-round.
No, I heard it. I heard it. I'm good. I can take it. Okay.
Okay, so do you agree with what you agree that with that example then, right?
If you turn 180 with your back turned, then you would have to obviously move. If that's your thing.
Exactly. If you're on the merry-go-round and you're going to maintain sights on a particular object that is not moving, you must be able to turn some kind of way 360 degrees to maintain your view on that object that you're looking at, that immovable object, correct?
While the head piece of the camera may eventually have to come to a 360 degree, the person behind the camera does not have to. I can explain what I mean.
Brother Masterpiece, look, we don't need to talk any further, but you just agreed with me, brother. Okay. Yes, you must.
If that's how
Hold on, brother.
How you want to win. If that's how you want to win arguments,
Masterpiece.
that's what makes you feel better at night. Yeah, we're agreeing. Cool.
Yeah, brother. We're talking common sense here, brother. We're using a merry-go-round example. It shouldn't be that.
I'm trying to show you common sense.
Brother, hold on, brother, Masterpiece. Listen, brother. But Masterpiece, the first thing that you said, sir.
So can I show the example now? F what I said.
No, not yet, brother. Hold on, brother, not yet, because we gotta go some other people. Hold on, brother.
No, okay.
Just calm down, man.
Yeah.
No, brother, I'm gonna give you all the time in the world. So again, you and Brother Sanchez understand the example that I said. Your statement earlier was wrong. Yes, you must have a camera on Earth that's going to turn 360 degrees to maintain sight on a stationary sun if the sun is stationary and if the Earth is moving. Okay, brother? Move on to my point. Now, my other point to correct what you were saying, using as you were showing that video of the panning time-lapse camera that was viewing the sun, because if it's on a globe Earth, the Earth is spinning, the sun is stationary, so you got to have a 360 camera. Now, example earlier about the train track. When you see the train going further away, it looks smaller. Whenever the train gets closer, it's bigger. And you were showing us the electrical wire lines and stuff that were on the side of that train track. And you were using that as an example to say, see, the sun is getting smaller and bigger as an explanation of the sun going up, out of camera range, down and up and down, up and down. And that is the cycle and the movement of the sun for almost 6 months, definitely 3 months, in the Arctic Circle, where the sun never goes away, for sure. Okay, now, So my point to you is, sir, you're wrong on that example that you gave, because is farther away, as I agreed with you as you were talking in the example, it gets smaller. But as something gets closer, it gets bigger. So what we should see in that example and what we don't see is not what you're talking about, smaller and bigger. Bigger is exactly what it is. The sun is going to get smaller if it's further away, and it's going to get bigger if it's closer.
Okay, I'll play it
What
again.
What we saw, sir, was the sun going up and down, not smaller and bigger. Now, do you agree that the sun was going up and down and not further away and closer, smaller and bigger? Because up and down and small and bigger are two different visual cues, brother.
Yeah. You know what, Black Jesus? I think you stepped in. I think you bit off more than you could chew with us, because you seem to be running around in your own little arguments and agreeing and disagreeing and warping words. Now, I just showed you this video. Look how small the sun is. Look, okay, it's getting bigger.
It looks the same size to me.
Hold on. No, it's my time now. This is my time now. It's Masterpiece's time. Okay, you see?
No, this is my show. No.
Okay, but
no. Hold on, Master P. Master P. No. Hold on. Lex.
Come
cut him
on,
off.
Jesus, don't do that. Let him talk, Jesus.
Hold on. No, brother. I'm gonna get it back. But we need to get some order in here,
see
brother.
What I'm saying?
Lex, cut him off for a second, Lex.
Cut him off,
Lex. Cut him off for a second.
I don't know about.
He's answering my question, Lex. He's answering.
I don't know
Excuse
about
me,
us
Lex.
look here, I don't know about us having these flat earth debates on these brothers' channels if they're gonna be trying to.
Excuse me for a second, brother Lex. I need you to cut.
You see how it's small?
Okay, now hold on, brother. Hey, Master P.
You see how it's small?
Say
Lex.
Now
look at this.
Lex, I need you to cut his volume for a second, Lex.
It's bigger now. It's bigger.
Lex, I need you to cut his volume for a second, Lex.
And then now
Master P. Now listen, brother. No, this is not no goddamn Master P time. This is Black Jesus Minister show. Now, Lex did say if you want to have a show, please contact him, and we'll welcome you on board of Vortex Media, where you can have your own show. Now, brother,
I'm just showing you that.
Brother, no, I need you to know, brother. I need you to know, brother. I'm not going to look. I'm not disrespecting, no, brother. I'm not disrespecting you, and you're not going to disrespect me.
Here's a small.
You're not going to sit up here and tell me, brother, I need you to shut the hell up. Brother, I'm going to cut you completely off if you overtalk me again. If you overtalk me one more time, brother, I'm gonna tell Lex to cut you out, to kick you out.
Hey, Black Jesus.
Now, brother. Listen, brother.
Hold on
for a second. Hold on, everybody. Hold on now. Just let me hear him say what I gotta say, so we can move on and build. All right. Now listen, Master P, brother. I asked you to come on here. I'm gonna give you all the time you need. Now I got to share. You got to share the time with other people. Show. If I interrupt you for a minute and I have to say something, I need you to be quiet. Cooperate with me. Let me say what I got to say, and then I'm gonna let you finish. But brother, no, don't sit up here and thump your chest talking about this is Master P time. This is not your goddamn show. Black Jesus Minister.
Okay, all right, let's go on. Let's go ahead with the information here.
No. It's gonna go on when I say it goes on. Now, right now, you be quiet, and we're going to the next person. We'll come back to you.
Small man.
Shut up, brother. We're going to the next person. Lex, cut him off. Go to the next person.
Are you serious?
Go to the next person, Lex.
Hey,
and then we'll come back to Master. We'll come back to Master P when he's a little bit more congeal and understand that this is not his show.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Listen. This is Black Jesus Minister show, yo. Who runs the show? I host it, but I gotta respect their wishes. All right. But I will say this, Black Jesus, you wanted a person off of your show, you know what I mean? So you might want to be a little more liberal in terms of how you let them speak, because you want the people to want to watch the show and you want the people to want to be a part of the show.
Okay,
but,
you said I ran some people off by doing what, brother?
Well, they don't feel like you was letting everyone express themselves, I guess. I'm just telling you that's
Well, that's kind of crazy. The boy, brother Masterpiece is speaking on here 3 different times, and I'm coming back to him. We got other people to share to bring onto the show. So those of you all who feel like I'm being unfair, I apologize. I'm doing the best I can. I am not the only one talking. I invited these brothers to come and speak, and this is exactly what they're doing. But I will reserve my right to rebut and to rebut whatever's being said, as long as I allow them to speak completely what they're saying. Now, I allowed Master P to completely state what he said, and I was rebutting what he said, and it was uninterrupted when he first gave that information. So again, we just want to have some decorum here, brother. I shouldn't have to step up here and say, "Oh, this is my show. Be quiet." I shouldn't have to say that. But if I have to, I will.
Vortex, can I tell you something?
Wait a minute, Masterpiece. Can I put something on record real quick? I want to plug into this video.
Yeah, brother. Go ahead. Brother Sanchez will go, and then one more other person if they want to go, and then we're going to come back to Masterpiece. Go ahead, Sanchez. Go ahead.
I'm only going to make a quick announcement, and then y'all can keep going, and I'll get in where I fit in later. I ain't going to stop y'all. But what I wanted to make a quick announcement and say was, to everybody that didn't see the previous stream that got porn bombed, you won't be able to see it. And we went over the midnight sun in that stream, and I did a good job explaining how the midnight sun is possible on flat Earth, that if you didn't see that one, you probably won't be able to see. So at some point, if y'all want to make that argument again, I can go back over that. But apparently now we've moved on to the whether or not the sun changes size as it move away from us. I think that's what the argument is. I just want to keep everything, see what it's, you know, you can kind of lose track of the argument and stuff. So I was just wanted to throw that out there and see exactly what we're going to move into with this argument now.
All right, then, brother. Hold on, Masterpiece. Okay, then, Brother Sanchez, we will come back and talk about the midnight sun. And we will give you another opportunity, Brother Sanchez, to debunk the midnight sun global Earth and to show us how the midnight sun will work on a flat Earth model. We will give you that opportunity to do that again. All right. I didn't think you did the last time, because last time you said that you were not prepared to debunk it. But now you say you. It seems like you think you did. So I'm going to give you that opportunity, brother. That's what this show is all about. Now, hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. We're coming back to you. So get your information together, and we want you to show us how a midnight sun for almost 6 months will remain in the sky for 6 months with the flat Earth model. So be prepared to bring your information, brother. Okay. Anyone else? If not, then we're going to go back to Master P. Anyone else who wants to speak?
Only Sanchez and Masterpiece are only ones on the panel right now.
Okay. Do you have any callers? Any callers that want to call in and say something?
I'll put the call number back in the chat, but right now there's no callers.
Okay, cool. All right, then, brother Masterpiece, go right ahead, sir.
Thanks. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. It's just I was really trying earnestly to answer your question, because as you can see, it does shrink in size. Like, I mean, I'm just trying to understand, you know what I mean? Like I show you something and maybe you didn't catch it at first, and you have, you know, another thought and say, "Hey, what about the size?" But, you know, because we started on the fact that how do you have to not spin 360 degrees? This is a 360-degree panoramic view. Now, as it bobs up and down, it gets bigger and smaller. Here it is, big in the sky. Well, big relative to, watch when it comes down. It goes to a tiny sun. It's very small, and we've all seen this with our own eyes. Like, if you go to, you know, if you go to Rick's Cafe in Jamaica, you know what I mean? You see the sun go off for miles and miles, and it gets smaller in size. And then as it comes above you at noon, it's really big and it's really hot. Now, that makes perfect sense if the sun is a local light source. If it's moving in and out and getting bigger as it goes, and it also brings the heat with it, that's a big deal, because on a model where the sun is 93 million miles away, we shouldn't see the sun change in size. Now on the flat Earth, you should see it change in size because it's a local light source. It's in our domain. It's in our realm. 3 million miles away, and if it was, it wouldn't change in size, and the heat wouldn't change so drastically either. It's like 12 o'clock noon, it's boiling, and then it goes to 3 o'clock, and it starts cooling off from that little distance, 93 million miles away. So I mean, there's so many. I think that you need not that you need. I'm not going to tell you what you need, but I think what would be best is a lot more study into this, because we've all been flat earthers here for over a year, and looking into it, not just a cold case, it's closed. We keep on looking into it. New arguments are brought up and we look into it. So it's an ever working thing. You know what I mean? But we got a lot more knowledge than a random person who would sit down, look into it for a couple weeks or months, and then make their decision up. Then you really got to go deep. You got to answer all the questions. Parallax, like Black Jesus. I would like to ask you a question, if I may.
Go right ahead,
Why
brother.
we see no parallax in the night sky? We see no.
Educate me on the parallax, brother. What is a parallax?
Okay, well, the closer you get to something, okay, say you have two stars in the distance. The closer you are to those stars, the further they spread out, right? Because you're getting closer. And then the further away you go, the more they converge as you get further away. And when you're on one side of the sun, you are looking up into the night sky from one view, but when you're on the other side of the sun, like here, then you're looking at the night sky from another view. So say, you have the Big Dipper here. When we're on this side, the Big Dipper should change the nation when it's at the solstice from when it is to December. But actually, I don't know if you know this. Well, I guess you don't because you didn't know the word parallax. No parallax has ever been measured or recorded in the stars.
I think that
Round and round.
masterpiece, real quick. I think that is something Black Jesus Minister is gonna have to look into before we can really get into a deep discussion about it. But I wanted to let you know, Black Jesus, there is a caller on the line, and also, I think you said you wanted some flat earthers to present information to you. So I think we should move into that mode where, you know, we let Master David Sanchez show you some things. But do you want to take this caller real quick right now? Then we can move
Yes, indeed. Let's go.
get into some more hard, information and facts. All right, caller, what's your name? You've entered the vortex.
Hey, what's happening, brother? Hey, it's a pleasure to be on the line with you, Black Jesus. It's also a pleasure to be on the line with you, brother. My name is David, the Magic Negro Show. I'm calling from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I hear the flat Earth argument, but I think that we're getting too much into perspective, and we're not dealing with real facts. So, Black Jesus, I want to ask you a question, and this is no disrespect. This is just to get a level. So everybody on the chat. By the way, what's up, Big Dread? And what's up, bro, Sanchez? Make sure you hit me up, brother. I sent you that email. That was from my heart.
Hey,
All right,
brother.
Black Jesus.
Yeah.
Do you know any of the ruling families that run the world today? And it's information that all the flat earthers know. But I want to bring it to everyone's attention. Do you know any of those 5 families?
I've heard something about that. You talk about like the Bilderbergs, the Roosevelts, something like that, right?
They go higher than them.
Okay. But I know somewhat of what you're talking about. Yeah, brother, I do. Now, what do those people have to do with the sun that we see every day?
Well, it's not necessarily that they have anything to do with the sun that we see every day, but it's how we operate and mind our business underneath that sun. And these people have been actually investing our people to the point where the UFO phenomenon, it was created by these same international Jewish bankers. And this is all fact. So we have to know that to know why we're even on this chat right now, talking about the sun wobbling around in the sky when children are being kidnapped. And we have a national emergency that we need to address that has everything to do with UFOs, and not so much whether or not you believe that the earth is flat, because the proof is there. And if you're looking at the Bible, and this is my last thing, and when you're looking at the Bible, it says that there's a firmament above. So if you think that we can get to space, then I'm questioning your credibility in your Bible translation.
You're questioning my ability in Bible translations in reference to what I have said, brother. What conflict are you purporting right now, brother? How am I in conflict with the Bible?
Okay, now I said credibility, and it has to do with the Bible referencing the firmament. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I understand the firmament. So how is a global earth in contradiction with the firmament, brother?
Well, if you have the government supporting an organization called NASA, and your tax money is going there, and you have not contested it, that means silence is consent. So you consent to the fraud, I would assume.
No, brother. Look here, brother. We're not even talking about the Bible. We're talking about the natural sciences right now. Okay, we're not talking about the Illuminati, which I agree exists. We're not talking about the oligarchies that rule the Western world and the Eastern world and rule the world. That's not what this conversation is about. But yes, I touch on all type of subjects. You can go through my archive shows. All of you can check out my archive shows and my debates on the internet by just simply clicking BlackJesusMinister, and you'll see many of my debates. And also, you guys can go to my Facebook page, George Blanche, BLANCHE, and I have posts about the Illuminati and about the New World Order in that line. And I believe in the Antichrist and will be a real person. And so I believe in the scriptures, brother, but that's not tonight's topic, Now, I don't know how you're trying to correlate us talking about the natural sciences and the sun as we're trying to figure this out. Is the earth flat or global, or the movement of the sun and the stars? We're talking about that. And I do believe that these things that we're talking about will correlate to the scriptures. But right now, we're trying to focus on the science, because most people are not Christians. Well, not most, but there are a lot of people who are not Christians, a lot of people who don't believe in the Bible. So we're sticking with the sciences to try to prove our points right now. So do you have anything to contribute to that conversation, to this conversation along that line?
Yes, I do. Language has everything to do with the way that they rule our mind. I'm speaking in terms of MK Ultra. So if we know that the word global, if you use a Spanish mind or a Spanish-speaking mind and you silence the G, now we can get into more science, the science in the language, and dealing with neurolinguistics and the way that if you said we're trying to figure out if the Earth is flat or if it's a globe, if we're not defining the word globe right now, opening up dictionary, etymology, and really getting into the origin of that word globe, then I think that we're not going to really get far in field training.
Okay, brother. All right. Well, listen, brother, we thank you for your input. Now, again, where you called from? California?
No, I'm calling from Las Vegas. And please look up the definition of global, because I think if you don't do that, you're going to lead everybody astray. And one thing, Master P, if you're looking at the stars in the sky, those are like millions. They're said to be millions of light years away. So I don't think perspective is going to change very much. But please, Black Jesus, look up those definitions.
I sure will, brother. Honey, let me ask you a question, brother, before I get you off. If you've been listening to the whole show, do you agree or disagree with the polar days and polar nights, where in the Arctic that there's almost 6 months of perpetual sun? Do you agree to that fact, sir? Yes or no?
Well, it's something that's been observed by the scientists, so I have no reason to reject it.
Okay, well, it's not just observed by scientists, it's observed by common people, brother. You can go to YouTube, pull up the videos, and I'll play some videos today. As the brother was playing it just a moment ago, he was showing the sun actually not setting and remaining in the sky. So brother Sanchez and brother Masterpiece agrees, and you agree because of scientists. But brother, you can look and see it for yourself on any video. You can go to YouTube, look up the videos, and see the nations of the midnight sun, where the sun does not recede for 3 months to 6 months out of a year. Okay, brother. So that is a fact, brother. Okay, you don't have to just listen to some scientists. You can go call some people up who live in Norway or in Finland or somebody in Barrow, Alaska, or you can go there yourself and see it, brother. Okay.
No, I say this on another couple of shows. It's like the best thing that you have to say, but it still doesn't account for the fact that children believe that NASA are sending rockets up to outer space, and that.
Okay, now hold on. Let me ask you a quick question. Let me ask you a quick question one more time. So you agree with the scientists of the perpetual sun and perpetual night of the Arctic for almost 6 months. So what causes the sun, in your opinion, to stay in the sky for almost 6 months in a year in the Arctic? What causes that, brother?
Well, being that I have been studying flat Earth and the stuff that's been out for a year, on the web, my own, scientific knowledge, I believe that has to do with a spiral pattern. That the sun and the moon are making, above the flat plane.
Like what I was showing, how it comes in tight.
Those times.
Okay, so you're saying that the sun does not move in a circular pattern. You're saying it moves in a spiral, like a spiral circular pattern, or a figure eight. What are you saying?
I say more like a 9. In that way, but we're still trying to understand it. But I would give it more of a spiral, like a 9, because that's the spiral is consistent with so many different aspects of life.
That's Black Jesus. That's what I was saying earlier with how it comes in tight and goes out.
Right.
Spiral. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And
okay,
quickly,
then, brother.
Quickly to say to the brother on the phone, I just want to let him know about the parallax. He said it should be too small to see it, but I want to let him know that word, you were talking about words and languages, certain words were invented to describe this globe lie that we have. So parallax is one of those words, and it says on a globe, it requires it. It's not coming from the flat earth model. That's coming from, the heliocentrists. Furthermore, the parallax isn't just about the 6 months to 6 months. It's also concerning the fact that these ancient structures are still being aligned today. Now, science says that we're speeding up and spreading apart through the universe at unimaginable speeds, yet for millennia, ancient structures have shown where the sun is going to be, where the stars are going to be overhead. So that is just one way to describe how we are stationary, and it's just the stars moving above us. You can't have the same alignments over this many millions of years or this many hundreds of thousands of years.
All right, then, Master P. Thank you, brother, for that input. Anybody else want to speak to the brother on the line? Anybody else want to speak to the brother? Again, brother, I caught the last part of your name. Did you say David the Magic Negro? Is that what you said, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I want to read the definition of parallax.
Go ahead.
I pulled it up on Google.
Go ahead.
Parallax, the effect whereby the position or direction of an object appears to differ when viewed from different positions, e.g., through the viewfinder and the lens of a camera. See what I'm saying? Like, if we're not dealing with a viewfinder and the lens of a camera, we don't even know what we're dealing with when they tell us parallax. See what I'm saying, Masterpiece?
All right, brother.
Yeah, I feel you.
Viewfinder and lens of a camera.
Yeah, I feel you. There's been certain experiments
experiments employed, where they use like an iron pipe, like a rod, very specifically placed, two rods, very specifically placed onto one star. And if you read into the study, it shows that you don't need a lens or whatever to perceive it. You can do it out the little peephole that's made, quite like the little peepholes that are made in the in the pyramids, where you could look out on those special alignments. Now, if it's for the position, like you said, it depends on your position. Let's talk about position. It's not only talking about where you are on the earth, but where you are in conjunction to everything else in the universe. And as I said, they're still lining up with each other. So, that's what I'm saying. But I really like your the way you go in, you challenge and you think, and I think that you're an asset to the show.
Oh, thank you very much. Because I would say that you're the parallax. The parallax. The idea of a lens. We have lens bias. You know what I'm saying? Like, lens bias. Bias being pious, and lens being what you see. And see, we can have tinctured lenses, meaning tinted lenses. And this word tincture, that's like Freemasons, because I study Freemasons. So when they say tincturement, they're talking about adding a beak and claws. And so that's all secret language. But then again, geospatially placing yourself is the same as like, where am I at right now?
Okay, brother. Okay, brother.
Etymology is important.
Okay, Brother David, we're going to try to move on to another caller. Brother David, thank you, brother. We're going to try to move on to another caller. Brother Lex, is there another call on the line?
Black Power.
And Black David the Magic Negro, I like your name. I like your spirit, brother. Send me a friend request at Black Jesus Radio. Send me a friend request or join our group at Black Jesus Radio on Facebook, all right? We can talk later.
You, sir.
All right. Okay, I believe Sanchez. Okay, Sanchez, you were about to say something, brother?
No, I was just saying shout out to Dave and the Magic Negro Show. I know who he is. That's my brother there. But no, I'm gonna continue to run this show.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and question answer. I'm going to deal with some issues that Master Peace talked about, and then we coming to you, Brother Sanchez, so that you can repeat, because I didn't get it. You repeat your evidences or whatever it is that you want to present to show how the polar days and polar nights will work on a flat earth. Now, brother Master Peace, are you there? Brother Master Peace, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
Okay. And I think we got somebody else on the line. Did Shazmu come back in?
No, that's a new person. That's Tide Data.
Okay, Brother Data, how are you, sir?
Hey, what up, family? How you doing?
All right, just fine. Okay, so we'll go, brother. I'm gonna say something. Then I'm gonna let Brother Master Peace respond to what I said. Then we'll go to Tide Data, and then we'll come back to Brother Sanchez. Okay, Brother Master Peace. All right, brother, pull up your model again, dear brother, that you showed with the train track one more time, sir. The train track. Pull that up.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not at my computer right now. I'm just picking up my wife.
That's fine,
Maybe
brother, no problem.
Okay,
hey, Black Jesus, I can pull it all up for you if you want, but at the same time, I got to hurry up and get out of here. So I'm gonna just be brief, and I'm gonna say this.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Well, why don't you go ahead and give us your point, how are you going to prove that the polar days and polar night works on a flat earth? Go ahead, brother.
All right, now check this out too. Make sure that ask anybody out there in the crowd when I screen share that they see the link, because we don't want no trolls to get on. Y'all still there?
Yeah.
What are you saying if they seen the link?
Yeah, because I'm screen sharing and I forgot to let you know I was going to screen share. I want to make sure that nobody see that link.
Right, if you seen the link out there, let us know.
Yeah, my bad about that, man.
Cool.
I want to take that precaution. Because, if they saw that shit, then
You know, you can put your mouse up there and cursor up there and delete that. You can delete it.
You sure
And
can.
still stay on.
Yeah, you're right about that. They said we see the link. No, not the YouTube video link, but the
No, I'm talking about the link for the Hangout.
Somebody in the chat said we see the link, but they talking about this YouTube video that I got up here. I was sharing this video from a guy by the name of D Marble because I got to get up out of here. You could check this out since we talking about the sun and all of that, where he did a experiment. In one day, he called up different people on a so-called side of the globe or around the world, and they was all able to see the sun in the sky at the same time, which wouldn't have been possible on a globe. This is a very simple one here. But I'm just sharing some stuff because I got to go real quick. Check him out in that experiment. And you asked about those train tracks. I just put them up here for you. And actually, if you think about this, this is when we have these debates, we got to always remember that our eyes are spherical. Our eyes are oblate spheroids. Everything they tell us about the earth, they reverse the science and they turn the earth into all of the math and how the eye work. They gave us that for the globe and they flipped our world inside out, basically. But is what they did was how our eyes work. Everything converges into a point on a horizon. Y'all was going over that. And what they want us to believe is that where those train tracks merge at, it's a curve there. And that when the train disappeared in that point, it went over a curve, just like the ship. And we know that's not true. We know that if we keep walking down this thing, that those planks of wood will be the same size all the way down. Those ones that's in the background aren't literally small. It's the way our eyes work. So we got to keep this in mind. That right there really should make all of you globalists out there in the chat re-question what you think about your reality from that simple observation. But just to move on.
Hold on, Sanchez. Let me say something real quick. Now with this train track, pull your train track back up, brother.
Go ahead, cuz. Now,
brother, no, this is not going to make a globalist rethink anything, because this is what I said during my first show.
Really didn't let
now, because the train track is farther away, and yes, if this train track stays straight, and let's say if it never curved or nothing like that. Now we know for a fact that this train track is not going to be straight for hundreds of miles. We know that. And we know that it's not going to stay level for hundreds of miles because the earth itself is not level. It may dip, it may go up or whatever. But brother, if we hypothetically said that this track went for hundreds of miles level and straight, yes, the train would disappear from our natural eyesight because our eyes could not see that far, a couple of hundred miles or 50 miles. Hold on, brother, hold on. But if you, hold on, brother, hold on, Sanchez, I'm almost finished. But as I stated to you guys, and I'm telling you to do the same thing, brother Sanchez, if you had a telescope let me ask you a question, brother Sanchez. Do you own a telescope, brother?
Yes, I do. You want to see it?
Yeah. Well, yes. I don't have to see if you got when you got it. Now, brother, if you take your telescope, and if that hypothetical track stayed straight, and yes, the train would disappear with your natural eyes. If you put your telescope on that train, would you then see it then, brother, even though it disappeared with your natural eyes?
Good job. You just proved flat earth. That's what I'm telling these.
Okay. No, brother. Hold on. I'm almost finished.
You stopped
me. No, brother. I said if it was hypothetically flat and straight.
But
now we know the earth is. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. I'm finish.
Job
hold on.
Hold up,
brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on for a second, brother. Please.
I got to go. Calm yourself down, brother, and let me say one thing. I know it's your show, but chill out a minute. Take a deep breath. Listen, let me tell you something,
brother. Brother, hold on. Give me 30 seconds, brother.
Okay,
just give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds. So, dear brother, so again, with a telescope, you would see it. That doesn't prove no flat earth. The most level place on the earth, brother, instead of a hypothetical, the most real level place on the earth is the sea. Okay, so if you go to any sea or any ocean, that is the ultimate place on the earth that you can verify or debunk the curvature of the earth is that sea level, brother. Okay, so if you're in the middle of the ocean, hold on, if you're in the middle of any ocean and all you see is ocean and you get a telescope and start looking hundreds and thousands of miles away, I want you to do that the next time you're in the middle of the ocean, brother. You should be able to see the continents. You should be able to see the continents all the way around you, brother. And if you do not, the earth is in curvature, brother, at sea level, not no train track. Go ahead, brother.
I don't know why you went into the trouble of all that, but hey, make sure that I don't show this link. I'm gonna show you something right now, man, because you stopped my bill, man, and I was just trying to pull up the train tracks to get somewhere, and you cut in there, brother, and you never let no one reach a conclusion. You got to learn something I had to learn when I was doing shows. Get you a pen and paper and write down all your arguments. And when that person finished, you just go down and check them off one by one. And it'll make the show go a hell of a lot better. But shout out to you, Black Jesus. So here go another. Hey, and shout out to Bo Jackson, man. You got my brother Bo out there, Vortex, flat power to my brother. And check this out, though. Let me go ahead and make this brief because I got to go. I put this train track picture up to show how our eyes work. And he confirmed that we both tracking that the fact that our eyes are not telescopes. That's why we make these devices, because our eyes have limitations. So why he went in the trouble of telling me that the ground got dips and bends in it, I don't know why I was interrupted for that, but it has no relevance to the argument that I'm about to make. See, when you build railroad tracks, it don't matter if some points down this road is a dip or it's a couple of little mounds here and there. The overall ground is level. So even from this perspective, there may be a dip in between where I'm looking at on this train track and where the horizon begins or where the vanishing point is. There may be 10 different dips in between there. Your eyes will not pick it up if they're not major dips. It'll register everything as like a majority rule type of deal. For example, if you pull up even pictures of, if you say you believe in a globe, right? Let's pull up pictures of a globe. Now, we know all of these fake, but I'm gonna make my point because this rule apply even on a flat earth. I'm gonna use the fake globe to make my point though. If you look at these pictures of the globe, you can't make out no mountains for real. You can't make out no hills and features that you would be able to make out on the ground, because your eye, even though those features are there, once you're so far back, your eyes smooth everything out. Your eyes work that way. And we got to learn how we see. We got to learn ourselves before we talk about learning the earth. So I'm showing you how you see. Your eyes pretty much round everything out in the background. And your eyes would actually delete stuff in the background that you don't need to see when you're focusing on some in the forefront until you focus on the background again. And while you're focusing on the background of an object, the front is blurred. And when you focus in on an object directly in front of you, like how I'm looking at my computer camera, the wall behind me is blurred. So our eyes works just like cameras, but they are limited. So now that we got that out the way, it's irrelevant to point out little small nooks and crannies in between where I'm standing on these tracks and where my sight converge, on the horizon. It'll be irrelevant because our eyes is still gonna make a pyramid. Don't think, look, this one here is a curve track, and you've been in a curve up there and you still get a pyramid. So you still gonna have convergence, That's basically my thing. But the reason I put up the train track is because think about that. The wood blocks that's beneath your feet are big, and the ones in the foreground or background are small. Now we know in reality that they're all the same size. Keep that in mind, because when you think about the sun, we was making the argument earlier about the sun changing size. That debunks the fact that the sun ain't 93 million miles away. It wouldn't change size. Black Jesus admitted to the sun changing size.
No, I did not, brother. No, I did not.
One in the first
Keep talking.
Okay.
I'm going to debunk it when you finish talking.
Cool.
Go ahead.
Cool. So, well, whether you admit it to it or not, I'm going to prove it. The sun does change size as it moves away from you. I got footage of it myself. And when I learn how to time lapse all of this stuff, I'm going to be upload mine, but many people have already done it. And here's a site right here that done it. You can see the sun is huge in front of us on this picture. And you can see here the sun is shrinking. You know, I don't want to play the whole video because they minutes long, but just to show you that the sun does shrink as it moved away from us, and it wouldn't do that on a globe.
Okay, I need you to stop, Brother Sanchez. I need you to stop. Hold on, Brother Sanchez. No, Brother Sanchez.
Jesus, you gotta let somebody finish.
Horrible. I want you to hold up. I want you to hold up, brother. I want you to hold up, brother. Hold on, Sanchez. Hold on. Now, hold on, brother. Hold on. Hold on. I'll let you talk and interrupt it for a long time, but I want to catch this right quick. I'm not gonna let you just run over, you know, this, you know, and just say stuff, because we got some people that's simple.
That's what it's all about, man.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother.
You gotta write it down. You gotta write it down, Black Jesus. Save it for later.
Man,
no, I'm not gonna write it down. No, hold on.
Man, for real. Let somebody at least finish, brother. You the only one that can finish, brother. That ain't fair.
Okay, brother. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
All right, so here go another time-lapse photo right here where someone made a collage out of it. This is what I examine in my reality. We can do a chat vote and we can see, because this right here is, it can turn into where I don't think the sun shrink. Well, I think it do. Well, I'm showing you visual proof that it does shrink, just like those railroad tracks. Now that debunks the fact that the sun is not 93 million miles away, because there would be no major size and change of an object that's 93 million miles away. It'll look like a little dot in the sky no matter when you look at it. 93 million miles away, it will be no change in size like that. And even the globe heads will teach you that the sun don't change size. It doesn't. So when we show pictures like this, they just straight up deny it. They say that ain't real, camera lensing and all of that type shit. But if you go outside tomorrow, guys, and examine the sun as it moves away from you, if you got a long enough distance in front of you, you will see it begin to shrink. And guess what? It's taking its light with it. Now let's go back to this railroad track, because this is the same concept. If me and you standing at the beginning of a dark hallway and I start walking away from you, I will leave you in darkness eventually, but it doesn't mean that I went over a curve. It means your eyes is limited. Now the sun is above us within our atmosphere. And just something else to point out, that we have an atmosphere, meaning that Polaris would be the point and Nut would be sort of a dome type structure. But just to wrap this all up, if you look at how things reflect off of a sphere, the image is distorted around the edges. So if you look at this ball right here, when you get around the edges, that image start getting warped and distorted, because this is how images reflect off of a sphere. Now, this is something called a salt flats. And if we were living on a globe, that whole horizon, basically we wouldn't be able to get a mirrored image like this, as above, so below, if we were on a globe, because the image would be distorted, just like you see here. If the horizon really was balled up, then we would be able to see it at places like this, which goes on for miles and miles and miles. You can see clean across that mountain range, and the sky is mimicking the ground. And this wouldn't be possible if the earth was actually balled up and the horizon was a curve. The image would be distorted. So I'm giving you natural observances and things we literally see. Anything else I would have to believe in. All of this stuff I'm showing is fact. I don't have to believe that I have seen clouds in front of the sun and behind it myself. So the clouds ain't 93 million miles away. So we've been lied to. Crepuscular rays debunk the fact that the sun is local. I'm gonna say that the sun is not 93 million miles away. The sun is local. So I just wanted to add that to the whole sun argument, man, because I had to get up out of here. But appreciate you being patient, Black Jesus.
Okay, brother. Now you gonna stick around for my questions real quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, Mr. Sanchez. Now look, brother. I don't know exactly what the distance of the sun is from the earth. Now I agree with the scientists. You said something about 93,000 miles. I mean, 93 million miles or whatever. Okay, if they say that, I'll go along with that. But at the point is that I disagree that the sun is local and close to the earth. I disagree with that literally. Now, what scientists, Brother Sanchez, what credible scientist do you have that is a flat earther who says that the earth is that the sun is local, and what is the distance of the sun from the earth that scientist says, brother? Who is that, brother?
Okay,
no. Keep your examples up. Hold on.
Please
hold on. Keep your examples up.
I'm not gonna move nothing. I got everything up here. I ain't closing nothing. So y'all still can see the screen, right?
Go ahead.
All right, cool. Let me show you how I come to that conclusion. Good question, my brother. So there's something called crepuscular rays that prove
no. That's not what I'm asking, brother. Listen to me, brother. Listen to me very carefully.
Scientists.
Oh, brother, hold on, brother.
Man.
Hold on. You concluded.
Just let him answer the way he wants to answer you.
Brother, please be quiet.
Brother, let me finish.
No, brother, you will finish when. Look, if you want to go, you can go right now. If you're scared, you can run.
Oh, Black Jesus, let me finish.
Okay, well, brother, excuse me, man. I'm asking you specific, brother.
Go ahead.
I'm asking you specific questions. I don't want you to assume that you are the scientist and then to start explaining stuff to me.
Wait a minute, brother.
I'm asking you, brother Sanchez. Listen to me carefully, brother. I need to move fast so I can let you go, brother. What is the name of the scientist, a credible scientist that can tell us the distance of the sun from the earth, brother? Give me a name.
Not only am I giving you a name, I'm giving you the teachings of.
No, that's all I want. Wait, brother, I need to move. That's all I want.
I'm about to give you the name right now. But that's what I was doing, was giving you the teachings of how that scientist come up with it. That scientist's name is Broderick Paris. And if you allow me to, I will let you explain his teachings in 2 minutes. If you allow me.
No, that's okay. Go ahead, brother. Pull up his name real quick. How you spell his name?
Cool. Check this out. So what Broderick Paris teaches, that on the left is the flat earth.
Hold on, stop for a second. Okay, hold on for a second, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on.
To go, man.
Brother, you said Broderick, Broderick.
Listen, I'm about to write all of that down. I'm about to put all of that in the chat and all of that, man. Just while this is fresh on my mind, I'm gonna give you all of his information. I got you, brother. I promise you.
Go ahead.
So check this out. What he teaches is on the left is the flat earth model. You can see if flat earthers teach that the sun is close. So if an object is close, it's gonna have what's called triangulation. Meaning if you had a flashlight in your hand and you held it close to the ground, you will get this type of triangulation, which you get from this lamp right here. Okay, so if you start picking that lamp up, the base of that triangle will get wider and wider to the point you won't even know if it's a triangle if you're standing on the ground. And the light rays will come in parallel. If you take that lamp and move it 93 million miles away, we won't notice the triangulation because it'll be so far away from us. But the closer we get to it, we can see the triangle, and we can trace the base of this triangle back to the light source. Now, if the light source is 93 million miles away from us and we're on Earth, it'll look like what you see here in this picture. This is what the globe earth scientists teach. They teach that since the sun is 93 million miles away, we don't see any triangulation. So all of the rays just hit one side parallel. This is what they teach. But the flat earthers teach that the sun is close and we do see triangulation. And one thing I wanted to point out is that this is called local lighting. If you see here, this is what they call this in stores, local lighting. And that's what flat earthers say about the sun. So let's see if we can examine this in our reality. Yes, we can. We can see this same triangulation. If you trace those sun rays from the base back up to the light source, it wouldn't take you 93 million miles. I got pictures of clouds in front of the sun and behind it, pilots flying above it.
Brother Sanchez, brother, you are sitting up here giving us a lecture, brother. I didn't ask you all that, brother. I'm gonna have to control this a little bit, brother.
Man, you don't let your opponents get no
You see how he can't let you finish?
Brother, I need to ask you a question, brother. Brother,
you
excuse
be
me.
cheating, but your
Brother, it's my show.
Man.
So make sure that you call Lex and you can have your show and have me on.
Go in.
I'll come on your show and I'll follow your lead and answer your question.
I hope everybody see when he getting that work, he act childish.
Yeah,
Brother, hold on, brother. I'm gonna ask you questions
Don't
again.
let nobody finish.
Now,
when you
brother, excuse me, brother. I just got through letting you finish.
Brother,
you have not. Brother, okay, no, brother.
Brother, you won't let.
Brother, listen.
You won't
Okay, hold on for a second, Sanchez. Brother, I just let you finish, and you said you need 2 minutes. You were starting to go on 3. You still haven't answered my 2 questions. Quick question. I don't want no lecture, brother. Just give me quick answers to my question. Brother, yes. What is the name of the scientist, brother? Don't give me none of your scientific theory. What's his name, brother?
Brother,
what?
Brother, I'm out.
Brother,
okay, listen. I'm out, brother. I'm out. Have a good day. I'm out for his name. You out, brother. This dude.
I start asking you questions. You out. Okay, Sanchez, bye, brother.
Insane.
Sanchez, brother Lex, cut him off.
Bro, I'm out too because all you want to hear is you and no answers.
Brother, if y'all want to run, go ahead. Brother, if you want to run, run. Peace, power.
Running, man. I'm tired of your rhetoric.
Yes, brother, bye. Anybody else want to run? Okay, brother Ty, you on the line, brother Ty. Go right ahead.
How you doing, fam?
I'm doing just fine. Go right ahead, brother.
I want to say what's up to the flat earth community. A lot of people don't get y'all, but I kind of get it. I'm not a flat earther. I had a couple questions, but they gone. So,
okay, well, yeah, but they ran. Do you have any questions for me, brother? Are you a flat earther?
No. But I want to give it up to to the flat earth community. I understand. I get the community.
All right.
But I just had a couple questions for him.
Okay, well, if Lex, you might be able to ask Lex if he will a question because he's a flat earther. Brother Lex, are you on the line? Brother Lex, are you on the line? All right.
Yes, well, I'm on the line, brother. I'm on the line.
Okay, we got a brother who wanted to ask a flat earther a question, and I told him that you were one. Would you see if you can entertain his question?
I mean, yeah. I'm not.
What's your question?
I'm
a baby, but yeah.
Go ahead, brother. Ask Lex. Ask Lex your question.
I want to get somebody hardcore. You know what I'm saying? I want to get somebody hardcore.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, brother Ty. Well, listen, brother Ty. I'm gonna leave your line open.
Hold on one second. But anyway, I ain't gonna go in. I'm gonna make the question simple. But I did have questions about old boy's map. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to ask some questions about his map. But yeah, I guess I can ask Lex. It's just a quick question. Just I wanted to know who when y'all say they gave us globe Earth, I want to know who you consider is they who gave us globe Earth.
I would consider they the many different organizations in society, like NASA, the Royal Society, those who control the information streams, the media, and those who control institutions, the educational system, the scientific priesthood, all the different organizations and systems that give us the information.
Okay, so who do you credit for giving us flat Earth?
The flat Earth community would credit the ancients and the ancient models, I believe, that show the Earth is flat and just pretty much our observation with our own eyes and the experiments.
But who gave it to us?
The ancients.
Because I don't know. I mean, I never seen that. I know YouTube, but I mean, like, who literally, like, Because I know there's all types of ancient stuff. We stuff like we on a turtle or the earth is alive or like
A turtle.
you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like there's a lot of ancient stuff, but I'm saying like you credit the certain society for giving us global earth, but it doesn't, you know what I'm saying, but it doesn't have any lineage. But um well, who gave us the informations of the ancients? I will ask then. Who gave us this ancient information? Who gave us that?
Um, it's still, we got it. It's written on the walls. It's written in ancient texts. It's no one person gave us that information. It's all over the place.
Okay. All right. But that's all. That's all I want to ask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say this to real quick, if you don't mind, Black Jesus.
Go ahead.
Hey, listen, y'all. Black Jesus runs this show, and a lot of people don't like the way he run it. But that's the different flavors of shows. You know what I mean? So I like listening to Black Jesus. He's entertaining. He ain't dropped no science on the flat Earth yet. We know that. But the information still coming out, y'all. So you know what I'm saying? So, remember, keep in mind that other people are listening. And although, these globe heads, they come out and, they really ain't dropping no science on the flat earth. But while they're doing that, there's other globe heads that's listening that can get the information. So it ain't all about, uh, all about that. So you can still enjoy the show, even though Black Jesus is a little bit of a dictator. We can still deal with it, y'all. We can still deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But flat power, we still in this piece. The globe heads still haven't shown that curve. Let me get a flat power and then what happened to that curve, y'all. And I'm still looking for some globe heads who can come on here and put it down. They still can't see Sanchez. We know Sanchez is the Floyd Mayweather of consciousness right now.
That's
But
why
right
he
now,
ran. He retired tonight. I retired him tonight.
he wasn't. Peace out. I want to send a shout out to Invectus, man. Thank you for your contribution, and King Lee and Bo Jackson, man. Thank y'all for the contribution. After the show, there'll be ways to contribute in the description box. I also got a Patreon, a PayPal. Support on what we're doing here. But yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that. I mean, I could give Black Jesus that work myself, but I'm just here on the side. You know what I'm saying? So, bear with us, y'all. Y'all, Black Jesus is like that old grumpy uncle. You know what I'm saying? He's hard-headed right now. But Masterpiece was smacking him over the head. Sanchez was smacking him up. But he's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. Flat power.
Brother Lex on here flexing on Vortex
Hey,
Media.
I'm gonna tell you. Matter of fact, let me give you this work right now, Black Jesus. Y'all see, I'm just chilling because I'm still doing my studying. But let me just give you some quick work, bro. Black Jesus, the Earth is supposedly spinning around the sun at 60,000 miles per hour. Are you aware of that?
I don't know. I believe it's spinning around. I'm not sure how fast, but we're going around
60,000
Earth.
miles. Spinning
Well,
on this act. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Spinning on this axis at 1,000 miles per hour. Can you imagine this? So imagine a ball spinning around the sun at 60,000 miles per hour, plus spinning on its axis at 1,000 miles per hour. Now, you a man to talk about science and common sense. If I was to just,
hold on. Okay, go ahead.
If I was to just jump in the air, right? If I could freeze myself in the air and not move, shouldn't the land move? If I stayed in the air for 24 hours, how the hell are I coming down in the same spot that I jumped up from? Since the earth is spinning 1,000 miles per hour, 60,000 around the sun and 1,000 miles spinning on this axis. You don't need no great scientist. I don't got to give you no scientist to explain that, Black Jesus. That's your common sense. Now you explain that. And you don't need no scientist to explain that. Don't
Sure
get this
thing.
work. Don't
Sure
let.
thing.
You know I'm a
Okay,
master at this.
okay,
Don't
hold
get
on,
this
brother.
work.
Now, are you ready for me to respond? Let me know when you're ready for me to
Yeah,
respond.
I'm ready for you to respond.
Now, brother, first of all, the earth has gravity. All right? The earth has gravity. So evidently, dear brother, evidently, what goes up goes down. Now, we know that once you leave the Earth's complete atmosphere, all right, we know that that things will float in space, brother. That's why there are satellites up there floating around that they're using to spy
Man,
on
that
us.
ain't addressing what I
Brother,
was
no,
saying, Black
hold on,
Jesus.
brother. Be quiet. Brother, stop for a second, okay? No, shut up, brother, please. You asked me a question. You made a big mouth statement. Now let me slap you down real quick.
Go ahead.
Now, first of all, we have a phenomenon that is called gravity, brother. Now, what goes up goes down. Now, whether you believe the earth is spinning or not, there is gravity. What goes up goes down, and what leaves the earth's atmosphere stays up in the air unless it floats enough close to the earth's atmosphere, and it'll fall back down and it'll burn up. Okay, they call that space trash, brother. So,
Okay.
hold on. So, if you put a magnet, say like there's a magnet in the earth, and let's say we're metal, and the magnet is holding us to the earth. If the earth is spinning, you're not going to fall off because of gravity. And not only that, brother, our atmosphere is contained. So we live in a contained atmosphere that is spinning with the earth. I don't know how goddamn fast it is. I haven't taken a radar and measured it. If the scientists say one thing, okay, they may be right, they might not be right. But I know damn well we're spinning, something's spinning. We have a day and night cycle. Day and
You're
night
not
cycle.
addressing.
Bro, no, yes,
Black.
I am, brother. Excuse me, brother. I'm look.
Maybe you don't
You're trying
understand what I
no,
said. You're
hold,
not addressing.
brother, let me finish. Just give me 2 minutes, Lex.
All right.
What I'm saying to you is you're giving me these speeds. I'm not gonna fuss with you about no goddamn speeds. Now, if that's what they say, that's fine. All I am saying is that yes, the earth does spin. I'm not gonna fuss with you about how fast it spins.
No, you ain't gotta fuss with me.
No, okay, hold on.
This is
But hold
science.
on,
This
point,
is
sir.
scientific.
Okay, but sir,
Hold
excuse
on, bro.
me.
Why did you say fuss with me about?
Lex. Okay, Lex, I'm gonna be quiet, Lex, and then you go ahead and speak and let
All
me
right.
speak.
Let me just
Go ahead, Lex.
clarify. There's no.
We're over talking each other. So
Yeah,
you go
there's
ahead
no.
and then I'm gonna speak next.
Yeah, there's no
Go
fuss
ahead.
about how fast it's spinning and all of that because that's what you ask for scientists and the same people who tell you that the earth is round tell you that it's spinning on its axis at 1,000 miles per hour and around the sun at 60,000 miles per hour. I asked you, since the earth is spinning at 1,000 miles per hour on its axis, so I know you can imagine a round ball, take it and spin it. Take a basketball and spin it on top of that basketball and I jump up in the air. Now, this is hypothetical, and I freeze myself in the air. Now, I'm not talking about gravity. I know if I jump up, I'm going to come back down, but I can get in a balloon or airplane or like a helicopter and hover. If I hover in that helicopter for 24 hours in the same spot, why do I come back down in the same spot that I left up? Answer that question. Don't give me
I
no
will,
rhetoric
brother. I will. Now
about
let me know when
gravity.
I can talk. Let me know when I can
Okay.
talk.
Go ahead. Get right to it, Black Jesus.
Brother,
Get right to it.
I am, brother. If the earth gravity exists, and the example is if you put a magnet up under the dirt, all the entire earth is electromagnetically like a magnet, okay, and that contributes to gravity, okay. So, brother, if you make let's say if you make a horseshoe, a circular magnet, not a globe magnet, just a circular magnet, okay? Even though we know the whole earth is like a magnet because of gravity. But if you take a circular magnet or earth-like magnet, and if the earth is pulling on you and you jump up, it's going to pull you back down in the same spot where you were, because it's constantly pulling on you. You are not freeing yourself from the magnetism or the gravity that's pulling down on your body. That's why it pulls you back to the same spot. So if you take something, brother, and you put you let's say you take a magnet ball that's magnetized, and let's say you're on that ball, you're the metal, and if you jump straight up,
if you jump straight up, guess what, brother Lex? As the ball spins, you're going to spin with that ball because the magnetism still has a grip on you, and it's going to eventually pull you back down in the same spot. Now, Lex,
that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
Okay,
But
brother.
let's move
Okay, it
on
does make
because
sense,
we
brother.
gotta.
No, brother. Okay, brother. Okay, okay. It don't make no sense to you, but what I'm saying is gravity is like magnetism. It pulls on you. So the reason why you come to the same, you're not jumping 50 damn feet in the air, brother. You're not jumping 100 feet in the air.
I don't think you
Maybe if you
understood
jump
what I
100,
said. But we're gonna move
sir,
on.
okay, but my
Even
point
if
is
gravity's pulling you back down,
okay, sir.
when I'm in the air, is the land still
okay,
moving?
hold on, brother. Lex. Okay, let me finish. Just let me finish what I'm saying. Gravity is the reason why that you're coming back down in the same spot. Now, brother, let me give you an example of why the spin is different.
Let's move on, Black Jesus, because we got a caller on the line, man.
Brother, but you asked the question, so don't try to rush me when I'm answering. Now, brother, Lex, if you take a little a grape and you spin that grape at 1 mile, 10 miles an hour, okay, that grape is probably going to make 10 revolutions, okay, if you spin that grape 10 miles an hour. But if you take, brother, a bus and try to and spin that bus around 10 miles an hour, that bus is not going to make 10 revolutions. It may make 1, 2, or 3. So if you take the earth, so hold on, brother, it's just like a watch movement. It's just like spokes.
Man, just get to it, Black
brother,
Jesus. Come on,
don't
we
sit
got
here,
listening.
brother. This is my show, so don't tell me to shut the hell up. You shouldn't ask the question. So it's just like the spokes on a wheel. You got the small spokes that turn the wheel, and then you got the spoke in the front that has the power where the pedals are, and that's bigger. So the smaller spokes are going to make more revolutions, more fast revolutions, as the larger one will make fewer revolutions because of its size. So think about the size
The land
of the
is
earth.
still
Brother,
moving regardless.
Lex, shut up, Lex. You over talking me, my show, brother. So therefore, brother, if we're talking about the size of the earth, you cannot compare the size of the earth and its spin going 1,000 miles per hour. Well, how come the earth is not leaving my feet? It's spinning slower and slower. It's going at the same speed, but it's spinning. It's making slower revolutions, moving slower because it's bigger, brother. Just like if you're a grape, you spin the grape at the same size, it's going to make more revolutions than the earth. Okay. 1,000,000 times more. Now, do you understand that?
Yeah, I got you, brother. It's going to move slower because it's bigger, but it's still moving, right?
Yes.
All right. So if I'm in the air and the land is moving, I should not come back on the same spot 24 hours later. But we got a call.
It's going to put you in the same spot, and the earth is moving slower because it's bigger.
So then I should be moving in the air with the... Okay, I got you, brother. Let's go to the call, Black Jesus. Caller, wait. What's up, caller? You've entered the vortex.
What's happening, y'all? How y'all doing?
I'm good.
Okay, my name is Stephen Harris. I'm calling from LA County. I'm a stationary geocentric, or some people know me as a sphere chucker. I don't give a darn what the shape of the earth is. There's no way anybody can prove that it's spinning or traveling through the galaxy at all these crazy speeds. If you believe in the globe, it's a belief system. You can't verify anything.
Okay. I agree. Yeah, I agree. You can't.
Just hey, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on for a second. Hold on. So, sir, can we verify that there's a day and night cycle on the earth, sir?
Night cycle?
Yes. Can we verify that? Okay, then. So, how? Okay, hold on, brother. Hold on, stop, brother. So, if we can verify that, then how is it that we have a day and night cycle, sir? Is something moving or is something stationary?
Just because the planets move don't mean the floor that we live on does.
Oh my God, brother, you sound confused, brother. Excuse me for a second, brother. Maybe I'm confused. Excuse me, brother. What's your name again? Where you calling from?
I think you are.
Okay, listen, brother. Listen. We observe a day and night cycle, and we observe the movement of the sun. The sun comes up in the east, it goes down in the west. We see that. So we know something is moving. So now, sir, since we know that sir, okay, it's fine. So what is moving then, sir? What, in your opinion, is moving? You saying the sun is moving? Okay, all right, well then good. Well, at least you agree that something is moving. I thought you were trying to say that nothing.
Right.
Okay, that's fine.
Everybody,
Now that's fine. Now, okay, that's good. That's good, brother. I'm glad I got you on the line. Now listen, brother. And Lex, do we have anybody else? Anybody else? Because I don't want to miss nobody.
Nah, we just is one person at a time.
So brother, did you hear me talk to the brothers earlier before they ran away? Brother Sanchez ran away, and brother Masterpiece ran away before they ran off. Okay. Did you hear me? Did you hear me teach about and explain about the polar days and polar nights?
I heard bits and pieces. I was sending my son away with his mom, so I didn't get to hear the whole thing.
Okay, well, let me just quickly say this to you, caller. The polar days and polar nights occur in the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic. Are you familiar with the Arctic? You know, Arctic and Antarctica, right?
I'm familiar with the Arctic.
Okay. Are you familiar with the midnight sun? In the Arctic region, did you know that the sun does not set in the Arctic region in the summer for 6 months? Did you know that, brother?
I think I may have heard that. I don't know too much about that, to be honest with you.
Okay, brother, when you get a chance, please go to YouTube and you can just type in polar days and polar nights, and you can watch hundreds and thousands, if not millions, of videos of countries that belong in the Arctic Circle, such as Norway, which is called the land of the midnight sun. And if you're an American, you can go to Barrow, Alaska, which is inside the Arctic Circle. And at midnight, you will still see the sun. You will see the sun for almost 6 months, and it will never go down. Do you hear me, brother?
Okay. Based off what you said, though, even whether it doesn't make it, if that's the case, it doesn't make a difference whether you're on a flat plane or if you believe you're on a globe.
Okay.
It's still what. Okay. Just because that happens doesn't verify it.
Right. That can work on a flat Earth too.
Okay. Now show me. Okay. Now hold on. Now. Okay. Hold on, brothers. Now see. I asked Sanchez to explain that. He ran off and he lied and said he proved it. He's a liar. He didn't say a damn thing. And when I asked him to prove it again, when we came back for the second half of the show, he didn't want to go there. He just didn't go there, and he ain't going to go there. They just kept saying you can prove it on a flat Earth model. So since you and Lex are still here, are bold enough to stay here, because Sanchez and Brother Masterpiece ran off, okay? I'm asking you two guys, and then I'm going to go ahead and debunk it, because we're not going to take all day. We got to get this show over with, man. Stop playing these games. Brother, so you two brothers, hold on. Since you two, listen, brother, hold on now. Listen, since you two brothers are still here, I'm going to give both of you an opportunity to explain to me how does the polar day and polar night work on a flat Earth, and then I'm going to debunk that, just as I was going to debunk Brother Sanchez and Brother Masterpiece real quick, and we can get this show over with. Go ahead, brother. Explain how they work on a flat Earth.
Okay. First of all, I'm gonna say Sanchez and Masterpiece are both great guys. I listen to them stuff, so I think they're cool. I'm gonna use, since scientists use theories, I'm gonna use a theory as well. Is that cool?
Go right ahead, brother.
All right. And this is just my theory at this point, since I don't know a whole lot about this, but I'm gonna have to go off on a limb and throw a curveball and say, maybe there's, when you guys were talking about local suns, maybe there's one here and there's another one by the Arctic.
You're saying there? Hold on, brother. Are you saying that there are two suns?
That's what I'm going with until I come up with something better.
Okay, brother, go ahead.
Hold on a second. Let me bring this call in, y'all. Hold on a second. I gotta get this dude in here.
Call from Alaska, which is inside the Arctic Circle.
All right, caller, turn your background down. I think he hung up.
Okay, go ahead, brother. My brother's finna teach us about two suns. Do you have any evidence about two suns, or is this just a hypothesis that you have?
Hold on, before we get too crazy, man. Wait a minute. Hold on.
No. Let him talk, Lex.
I'm pulling up a guess because I can't explain it, or either that, or maybe somehow, because I think we live in an electric universe, so I think the sun somehow electrify, you know, even though the sun's at the Arctic, there's somehow it's electrifying everything and making it so we can see it over here on the other part of this world as well. Those are the only two things I can work with because I don't know a lot about that. But instead of not giving you something, that's what I was going to throw at you until I come up with more information.
That's fine, brother.
All right, but we do got, you know, I got one of my young gunners on here. He already broke that down to you earlier, but you didn't listen to Masterpiece. And Masterpiece is back. He explained that to you when he showed you the model, when he had the lighter, and he's showing you how the sun is moving and how the light cast upon the earth, but you didn't listen.
No, I did listen, brother. I told Masterpiece, get rid of that damn flimsy lighter and go get a light bulb.
What is that? What is that?
And when I asked him to get a light bulb to demonstrate that instead of a goddamn lighter, which is not very bright, to go get a light bulb, brother, to simulate the sun. No, listen, brother. He said his response to me. No, brother, hold on. I'm almost finished, Lex. Masterpiece respond to me was because he knew where I was going and he knew what was going to happen.
No, I know. How am I going to get a light bulb?
Masterpiece.
Portable.
Sir, Masterpiece, be quiet, sir. If you're back on, I need you to be quiet.
Portable light bulb?
Sir, you're going to talk when I give you permission to speak, sir.
Okay.
Now, hold on now. Now, I told Masterpiece, I'm straightening up what Lex just got through saying. I responded to what Masterpiece did, that little example with a goddamn hand lighter, a little cigarette lighter. For real, come on now. You're going to simulate the sun with a hand lighter, with a cigarette lighter. Please stop. The sun is very, very bright. It's much brighter than a damn cigarette lighter. Now, that's why I asked, brother, excuse me. I asked brother Masterpiece to go get a small light bulb. A light bulb. And he said, and when I said that, his response was, what is that going to prove? It's going to prove, brothers and sisters, and you all can do this right now. If you guys are in your living room, if you're in your bedroom, if you're in your den, and let's say it's a large room, and you put one 100-watt bulb, just one 100-watt bulb at the top of your ceiling of your, if you have a ceiling lamp in the middle of that room, you turn that light on that simulates the sun. That whole room and the whole floor will light up. Now, if brother Masterpiece, I'm almost finished, sir. I'm gonna let you talk. And Masterpiece knew that if he would have got a small bulb, even half the size of a regular bulb or half the size of a tennis ball, and would have lit it up at least 100 watt, that whole flat earth globe and his whole room and the whole floor would have lit up.
Okay,
excuse me, sir. Excuse me. No.
Like
I'm almost finished, sir. Please be quiet.
No, you said it
Man,
five
look,
times. We heard
brother, you left and you
Okay.
came back, and I'm letting you come back, brother. But don't let me have to boot. Brother, don't let me boot you off, brother. Let me finish talking, and I'm gonna let you run your mouth. Now, what I said, and let me finish talking, you can defend yourself. If most of us have one light bulb, 100 light, 70 watt, 80 watt, or whatever, in your room, and it's in the ceiling, on the roof, and that light is lightening up the whole room and the floor.
You said that.
So if your whole floor is the flat earth, ladies and gentlemen, if you hold a 70 watt, 80 watt, 100 watt light, which is in no comparison to the wattage that the sun is giving out, then the whole flat earth is going to be lit up all at one time. It may be later or aggressive. It may be less or greater on if it's more on one side or the other, but you're never going to have zero night.
Okay.
Now, brother, go ahead. Now, did I not respond to you that?
Okay, thank you. Okay, now, geez, wow.
Masterpiece.
I don't know. I don't think
one thing really quickly. Just one really quickly.
No, brother. Okay, no. Let him go. Let Masterpiece go, brother. Then you can come back next.
No, it's
go
okay.
ahead, Masterpiece.
That's fine.
I'll let the caller go. I'm patient.
Okay. What I was going to say was that, if you have the light bulb in the ceiling, but if you took that light bulb and brought it closer to the ground, then it wouldn't light up the whole room. It would light up the areas that it was in. But remember, we think that the sun is closer than 93 million miles away. So if you bring it closer to the ground, it's not going to light up the entire room.
Yes, exactly.
What?
Thank
Okay, well,
you.
okay,
Thank
okay,
you.
stop.
You know,
Okay, stop.
okay,
Hold on,
now-
for a
Hold
second.
on, Black G.
Hold up. Okay, I want somebody right now to go get me a
Let
like.
anybody else talk?
Get a 100 like.
Can anybody
Black
else talk?
Jesus, you said you was gonna let the caller go, then Masterpiece go.
Go ahead, Masterpiece. Go.
Go ahead,
Go ahead,
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
Go ahead, go
Okay,
ahead.
now this is obviously not the size of the Earth, right? So why would I use a big light source like a bulb? You said the size of a tennis ball, brother. Are you serious? I don't know if you're being genuine or not, because I've explained this enough times. I told you the sun is very small. It's local. You want to cater my argument to your reality, your illusion. But the reality is, I'm telling you that in the model, yeah, I agree with you. The higher it up it is, the more it's going to illuminate. Good job. But you know what? When the light is out, and I'm using an inferior light source, like a flimsy little lighter, a good for nothing little lighter, well, guess what I'm using it on? A flimsy little map. This is nowhere to scale what it is for the true Earth. So why am I going to get a huge ass bulb, which I don't agree with, and put it on the top of my room,
Go in,
which is illuminating my whole room?
Go in. Exactly.
Okay, I'm about to go in, man, because look at this. See where my lighting the page on fire, okay? For this damn experiment, for this guy who's so slow, he can't get it. Now, I told you, when you're at the Tropic of Cancer, the North Pole that you can see there, that black dot, I don't know if you're looking at the screen, but that's the black dot, it's lit up. If I bring it over here, it stays lit up. Whoa, is that 24-hour day? I think it is. Now, if it gets higher up, like Brother Sanchez said, then not only are more people going to see it, but more of the Earth is going to get illuminated. So when I bring it out here and it's low, then yeah, it's going to be nighttime over here. Do you see any light? No. Do you see light here? Yes. Do you know why that is? Because it is very low to the ground, not 93 million miles away, which you wouldn't know anyways, because you just believe the numbers that are given to you, which is what you said. And it's low, and that's why you have crepuscular rays, as Brother Sanchez was saying, but you didn't listen. Now, the ancient Egyptians described this in their hieroglyphs with crepuscular rays diverging outward into the ground. Why? Because it's this close. It's close. It's local. You have your day, and as it spirals in, like the other brother said in a figure 9, then you get 24 hours a day in the North Pole. I have to keep on explaining this like a child because that's how you're acting. Now, if you can get this, or if you can ponder it or take it home with you, do a little bit more research, then you will not need to ask every single caller that comes in your petty little question about the polar days and polar nights, because that is one little speck of this argument. And I could tell how handicapped you are, because you didn't know the simple terms of parallax. You don't know how far away the sun is. You don't know how far away the moon is. You don't know how fast we're spinning. So you don't understand Lex Vortex's question. And you said it's because of gravity. Wrong answer. In a heliocentric model, they say it's because the atmosphere spins at the same rate as the Earth. So the higher you go up, the faster you're spinning. But you wouldn't know that because you didn't study it. You're too much into your Bible. Now, if you can just clear your head out and do some real research.
I just have to give that for Black Jesus.
Flat power.
That's for you.
I'm out.
Oh, wow.
I got a couple questions for about the map, if you don't mind.
Let Brother Masterpiece finish talking. Let Brother Masterpiece finish talking. Then we'll come to you, and then I'll slap all this stuff down.
I'm done.
Keep
Hey, I
talking,
just want to say real quick, Black Jesus, that's what work looked like when we used to hang out 10 packs on the block. Tell him to bring me back 7, you keep 3. Got that work, brother. You just got that work. That's simply understood. You are visioning the sun as this big, bright ball, but when he's using this map, if the sun is not in his model, it's not as big as you think. So he can use the lighter because this model is equal to what the earth and the sun would be. But this is like the microcosm and the macrocosm. So what he's doing right there would be right and exact according to the flat earth model of the sun being local, not 93 million miles away, and not big like that. The sun is not big. So that's why you're not comprehending. All right. You're trying to use your idea of what you've been lied to and told about. And this is a clear example. All right. He showed you when you get close to the North Pole, what's illuminated and why when it spins around, you can see the light right there. Now, that is an experiment. Now, you may say, well, you can't just use a map and a lighter. Well, why not? Because everything doesn't have to be so complicated. See, that's the problem. They try to make you think, oh, you got to go to school and become a great scientist to understand this.
Right.
No, you don't. All you got to do is have logic, common sense, and simple experimentation. Flat mother effing power. Where my Flat Panthers at? Get this work, Black Jesus.
Flat power.
Hey, Lex.
All right, now, Lex, hey, shut up. Hey,
talk, Jesus.
excuse me for a
You
second.
still got the call on the line.
Quiet. I need everybody quiet. Brother Masterpiece, did you finish, sir?
Yes, I'm done, and I think we should pay respects to the caller's time and money.
Brother, this is my brother. This is my show.
No, he's calling in.
Brother, this is brother. Listen, you left the show, and you said, and you left the show earlier, okay? And you were very rude when you left. And I let you come back, brother. You were not running a goddamn thing here, but me and Lex.
I left because
sir,
you were
goddamn,
rude.
sir. Look, sir.
Hey, Vortex,
I'm going to respond to what you said, and brother, I need you to shut the hell up. And
let him do his thing, Masterpiece.
Now,
okay.
So
you don't talk to me like that. Just to let
God
you know,
damn, Lex. Like no, Lex, turn him off, Lex. Turn him off right now.
Black Jesus,
turn his ass off right now. I'm going to respond to everything he said. He's not coming back to the show tonight. Turn it off. Kick him out.
He muted himself, man.
Yeah. Okay, but okay, well, no, I don't want to hear. No, excuse me. I don't want to hear nothing else from Masterpiece tonight. Now, if he says something, I want you to boot him out, sir. Okay. Now, let's deal with Masterpiece and all this other stuff. Now, hold on.
Black Jesus, now, you know you got a caller on the line, though. You ain't gonna let him.
Okay, go to the caller, Lex. Lex, just give me for a second. Lex, turn
Black
Masterpiece
Jesus.
off.
I'm just saying, bro, you go. Go ahead, Black Jesus. I'm just trying to. You don't want to drive.
Now, Lex, excuse me, Lex. Now, Lex. Excuse me, I'm not gonna sit up here, Lex, and fight with you to help me control this board, brother. Now you gonna let this be my show and do as I ask you to do. So don't call me to come on and do a goddamn show.
Masterpiece. Well,
I haven't muted my mic since he.
I said cut his mic off.
Hold on. I haven't unmuted my mic.
No, sir, you are not talking right now. Damn it. Shut up,
Masterpiece.
I said cut his mic off.
Come back to the next show. I know.
Mic off, Lex.
I had a couple.
Lex, cut his mic off.
All right, hold on, Black Jesus.
Now, if he speaks and turns his mic back on, boot him off.
All right, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, look, man, I need control over this show, and I need your help to do it, brother. Stop all this goddamn playing games, man. If I ask you to do something, please do it.
I got you.
Now, thank you, brother. Now, again, let me deal with what my brother's talking about here so far. Now, he gave the example with the lighter. Now, my question to Masterpiece, and I'm gonna get you to open up his line, is the same question that I asked Brother Sanchez. Now, out of the thousands and thousands of flat earthers, somebody is supposed to be a goddamn scientist. Now, Brother Sanchez mentioned the scientist's name. Give me the name of the scientist if it's the same guy, Broderick something. I know I can go back into the show and listen to it. Who is the scientist or scientist, Brother Masterpiece,
who will say how far the sun is from the earth. That's what science does. That's what scientists do. And how large the sun is, Masterpiece, since the global earth model is wrong. What is the flat earth model of the size of the sun and its distance from the earth? Turn on his mic and let him answer that question, and no other questions, no other statements. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I've already answered it. Should I reiterate?
Goddamn, yes, if I asked it.
Now, someone who had done a study into this, not only the person that Bro Sanchez said, but another person, another scientist, was Samuel, Samuel, L, as in like the letter L for the middle name, Robotham. Okay, that's ROWBOTHAM.
AM as in as in M as in man?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the scientist that brother Sanchez mentioned? Broderick something. What's his last name?
I didn't remember his last name.
Okay, just Lex. Do you know the last name, Lex?
Nah, I don't remember, bro.
Okay, brother Masterpiece. How large is the sun and how far is it from the earth, according to your scientists?
To my knowledge, the sun does not maintain a constant height.
Okay, what is the average height of the sun from the earth, sir? What do your scientists say?
Some have placed it at 2,000 miles. Some have placed it at 2,000 kilometers. It varies much from person to person because, like we said, it may be up and down.
Okay, good. So Samuel Rohobotham, I'll check him out. Broderick, I'll go back and get the first name and listen to the show. And you say the average distance it is from the earth is about 2,000 miles. Okay, thank you, brother. Now, again, brothers and sisters, right now, whether it's day or night, in the example that you just gave, brother, in the example that you just gave of the earth the sun circling around the earth, all right? You should be, every human being on a flat earth can take a telescope, and we got some powerful telescopes, and should be able to constantly see and follow the sun on a flat earth for 24 hours a day. The sun should never not be seen, even it should still be seen even in darkness on a flat earth.
Why?
Why? Because the earth is flat. You might not see it with your eyes, but you can still follow it with a telescope, sir.
But what did we say about?
No, brother.
Perspective.
Again, you believe in a flat earth, right?
Perspective.
Sir, excuse me. Okay, the perspective is
sorry,
pull up.
BlackJesus.
Pull up.
Sorry.
Hold on, be quiet.
I believe there's
look.
mountains.
No, sir, stop. Okay, Masterpiece, since I got you back on the line, I want you to pull up that model that you had of the flat earth, and it had like a little person standing on it, and the sun was up in the sky. Pull that up.
Okay, I'm pulling it up, and as I'm pulling it up.
Okay, now while he's doing that, Lex, go to the caller, Lex. Pull the caller up. Let the caller talk.
Sorry about that. I got cut off by a call.
Take your time, man. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and find it. We're going to the next caller.
Lex, go to the next caller. You're familiar with Neil deGrasse Tyson, right?
Say what, brother?
You're familiar with Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay. And there was a time where in one of his interviews, everybody, at least when NASA, they show a blue marble, so it's round. Then Tyson talked about it being pear-shaped, and then he says its little blade are flat in the middle, like pizza dough, right? Okay. So if your globe model is going to end up being flat anyway, you might as well just become a flat earther and be ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
I get your point.
Well, hold on, but ain't Neil deGrasse Tyson, ain't he one of them people that is part of the day? Wouldn't he be considered the they?
Yeah. He's definitely into the sun worship. The main.
No, I'm saying that those people y'all say they who's we going against or whatever, or who's telling us these lies. Wouldn't he be one of them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. Well, let me say this real quick. As I'm destroying the flat, I'm about to destroy this flat earth thing right here as well. As I'm stating, brother Masterpiece is finna bring up his model of the flat earth, and everybody, y'all can use your imagination. Look at a flat earth. Okay. Imagine yourself standing on a miniature flat earth. Flat, not round, flat, like a goddamn pancake. All right. If we are truly standing on a flat earth and the sun is circling around us on a flat surface, brothers and sisters, when that little lighter example that he used, let's say that that's correct, that the light of the sun doesn't cover the whole earth, but just a portion because the sun is small. Well, as the sun rotates around the flat earth, and you're 2,000 miles below the sun, 2,000 miles. You can look at the sun with a telescope. If the sun is directly above your head, you should still be able to see the sun if it's eastward or westward, because it is still 2,000 miles in the air, and you should still be able to see it with your telescope, both day and night, on a flat surface.
Hey, Black Jesus, I just want to say this real quick. We gotta start to wrap it up, man. I gotta go pretty soon.
Okay, brother. No problem. Okay. All right. So
I like to use the example of Earth being like a bumpy road with potholes full of water.
brother, hold on.
Mountains and hills. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Who's talking?
Caller.
Okay, Lex. No more callers. I'm finna wrap this up with Sanchez. Nobody but me and Sanchez right now.
All right, caller.
Brother Sanchez.
Calling, man.
I was trying to get a couple of families that possible.
Okay, now hold on. Now let me say something. Who is the person with the pyramid? Who's the pyramid brother on the panel?
This Ty Data. I was just trying to get a couple questions.
Go ahead, Ty Data. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to say on his map, I want to know, do he honor those? Well, first off, is that a map or is that a model?
You talking about?
It's a map, so it's just a map.
Okay, so map. Do you honor the shape of the land?
Like the continents?
Yeah. Do you honor that, or is that something that's need to be debunked too?
It needs serious revision. We don't have all the resources that we need to put it together. You know what I mean? We're trying it.
Okay. Do your map have a barcode on it?
A barcode?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. I could show you the whole thing. It doesn't have a barcode anywhere.
It doesn't have a barcode on it nowhere.
No, sorry. It was made in 1892. Right here, see, November 15th, 1892.
Right.
So I don't think they were made then. Barcodes.
Okay. Is there a backside? Can we see the backside of it?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
There's nothing back there. Okay. All right. That's all I want to know.
Okay, cool, brother.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, brothers and sisters. Brother, did you find that? Thanks, Ty, for those questions. If you have any more, you can whip them in there real quick. Brother Masterpiece, did you find that example?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
And
show me that the map, the little flat Earth with the little man standing on the planet, and it had the sun above his head. That little model you showed.
Like this one of the sun going
No,
around, or
it was a little diagram of the flat Earth, and it had like a little white figure, human being person standing on the flat Earth, and it had the sun up in the air.
okay. Yeah, I can. I don't remember showing that, but
Well, if you can't find it, I'll make the statement again, and we'll just move on, and I'll move on real quick.
Yeah, because I don't recall.
Okay, that's fine.
So.
Okay, well, anyway, brother, I want everyone to imagine this. Brother, Master Peace showed us a diagram of a flat Earth, and it had a little human being standing on one of the continents, and it had the Earth. They had the sun rotating above the flat Earth model. According to Brother Master Peace, the sun is 2,000 miles up in the air. 2,000 miles rotating. So if you have anything that is in the air 2,000 miles up, okay, whether it's day or night, you get well, if it's daytime, like, you can't see the stars because the sunlight blind, sort of masks the stars because of the sunlight. But the sunlight, we're focusing on the sun, and the sun is brighter than all the stars because it's so close to the earth, only 2,000 miles. So if the sun is only 2,000 miles above the earth and the earth is flat, and brother Master Peace, do you have a telescope?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, Master Peace, my challenge to you is to get your telescope when the sun is setting. Now, according to the flat earth, it's not setting, it's just moving away. You should be able to follow the sunset, brother, with your telescope until the next morning. Now, and
no,
hold on, sir. Hold on now. Now, if you cannot follow it, it is setting behind the curvature of the earth, sir. That is why when we see, excuse me, hold on for a second, brother. Hold on. That's why when we have you not seen a sunset that is so big and bright that it looks like it's so close, and as it's going down, that it seems like it's being swallowed up by the earth bit by bit from the bottom, yes. Then it goes up to the middle, and then it goes up to the top, and it's like the earth has swallowed up the sun.
Yes.
Why does the sun seem like it's being swallowed up by the earth if the sun it's constantly in the air, only 2,000 miles up? There must be curvature in the earth. If it's 2,000 miles up, 93,000 miles up, there must be curvature to the earth for the sun to disappear. Now, if the sun does not disappear, that means you must be able to maintain the visibility of the sun. You can go to a damn mountain if you want to do that, sir, with your telescope for 24 hours. If you cannot maintain the vision of the sun in your telescope for 24 hours, the flat earth model is a lie. Period.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. So before you said with perspective, you agree that we can't see forever, and that of course
with your natural eyes.
Right, but do you know how a telescope works? A telescope can't make you see further. A telescope can only magnify what's already in your field of view. It's not like it takes your sight and puts your eyeballs at a kilometer ahead. All it is doing is whatever you can see. Your human eyes is too small, but whatever's in front of it, all it does is magnify it. It's a magnifier.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So okay, I wanted to keep that in mind because we're not actually traveling with that sight. Okay, now with the perspective here, I'm going to pull it up again. Now right here, right here, we have. Sorry, do you want to get that call, Vortex? Or...
Go ahead, man. My bad.
No doubt.
We gotta wrap it up. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So we already established that the vanishing point appears before the curve, even if there was a curve. Okay, I believe that it is a horizontal line. So there's still a vanishing point.
Okay, but stop, bro. No. Stop, brother.
Oh
stop
my
for
God,
a second, brother.
I can't.
Hold on, stop for a second, brother. I gotta stop you for a second. Okay. Now, right there, when you said the vanishing point, now is that vanishing point based on human eyes, or would that be based on looking at the vanishing point with a telescope?
Both of them are gonna have a vanishing point, man.
Exactly. Exactly. But if you, yes, that is true. But if you have a strong enough, if you have a strong enough telescope, brother,
You still
you
ain't
can
gonna be able to
maintain.
follow the sun. A telescope's not gonna take you to the end of the damn flat Earth. You're still gonna lose it. You're still gonna have a vanishing point, even with a telescope. Black Jesus, what do you mean you can follow the sun for 24 hours if you have a telescope?
No. Excuse me for a second. You know why? Because
No,
you got hold on, brother. No, because the sun is not traveling in a straight line; it's traveling in a damn circle.
So how are you gonna follow the sun around the Earth in a telescope?
Next. Because the sun, you guys say, travel in a circle around the Earth.
Yeah, but
it's not
still
traveling.
moving around this
No,
big ass Earth. You ain't gonna be able to take a telescope and follow it for 24 hours. It's still
Right.
What do you?
Right. There's things in the way. Like even if we look to the end of this valley here, the atmospheric haze blocks out anything that we can see. Now let's not forget that even though the Earth is flat, there's still mountains and valleys and stuff like that that is blocking your view. So it's like when the sun goes behind a cityscape, you know what I mean? Or if it goes behind a big mountain, of course it's going to get cut off by perspective. And of course, there's mountains all over this plane. So you can't see forever, A. And B, the sun is not as big and as high as you think. Like here's the moon. Here's the moon coming out from behind the mountains, okay? Now you can notice right here. Now you notice that even though this is the horizon here, the mountains are all the way up here. So there's obstacles, my brother, that get in the way of us seeing. Plus, you've already admitted that the further you go back into space, to the horizon. So even if it is 3,000 miles up, it's still going to converge to a point where you can't see it anymore. It's gonna be over it. That's why if the sun is here over top, it's gonna set somewhere around here because it's still going. We can still see it. So Vortex, I believe you understand it, but I believe that there are other people who just don't want to look into it enough.
Right. Hey man, I'm running out of power. Black Jesus, man, you want to start wrapping up and get some?
Let's go ahead and wrap this
Can I ask one more question real quick? Can I ask one more question?
One more question, Ty Data, then I'll have final remarks, and then we got to wrap it up.
All right, I just want our brother to go ahead and close us out and tell us how did the earth get its shape? Because it's
who are you talking to, brother?
I'm talking.
Whose question are you asking?
The guy with the eclipse or whatever. Because the earth is round, flat. It's flat and it's round, right? So that means it's round. So I was wanting him to explain to us how did it get that way.
Well, the sun's path is moving in a circular direction.
No, how did the earth? I'm sorry.
Right. So let me just explain it. The sun is moving in a circular direction, okay? Can you see my... Okay, yes, you can. Okay, the sun is moving in a circular direction. Now, that is why there's ice all around and there's ice in the middle. Because the sun's heat doesn't expand everywhere. So my best guess, remember, I'm not a geologist. I'm trying to put it together myself. I'm guessing that this was at once possibly all ice. You know how they say ice ages? Okay, well, if there was ice ages and they're telling half truths, then that might mean that the sun hasn't always been here. But when it got here, it revealed, let there be light. And it revealed the lands. So if it was covered in snow, that's one possible explanation. Again, I don't know how it formed. People don't know for sure. There's only theories. But that is one theory because beyond this would be ice extending and it's frozen up here. So that hopefully that brings clarity, and hopefully you go research it yourself, brother.
All right, brother.
Thank you. Good job. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And Master Peace,
thank you.
Let me say this, brother. Thank you for being a man and coming back, brother. I appreciate that.
Definitely.
Brother, you don't have to sit up here and get upset with me and run. I'm going to give you a chance to speak like I've been giving you a chance to speak, brother. Okay? Please, brother, let's maintain this dialogue. And I appreciate you. And I appreciate all the flat earthers. You know, I say some things to make y'all laugh and to kind of hype up the show.
But hey, that's what the show is all about: information and entertainment, and that's what I'm here to do. We have disagreements, and we're gonna exercise these disagreements ultimately like gentlemen. All right, and not like children, brother. Now, again, so let me say this here, sir. Your the video that you played earlier of the sun going up and down, the 360 panoramic camera. Okay. Now, brother, again, I'm disagreeing with you that when you were showing that, why don't you go show that one more time? We're going to end the show. Show that one more time when I'm talking. Up and down in the panoramic camera. Because you and Brother Sanchez are saying, oh, well, that's the sun getting smaller and bigger, going further away and getting closer, further away and getting closer. That is false. If you take your hand and put it in front of your face, your hand looks big. If you move your hand away from your face and your eyes, it gets smaller. So when something is bigger and smaller, it's going forward and backwards, forward and backwards. Forward, smaller, back to your face, bigger. Forward, backwards. That's a forward, backwards, a distance or short distance movement. All right. Now, brother, are you playing it now? Or you can't find it?
No, I'm not playing it. I'm just showing you how that's possible.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's fine.
If you see,
let me go to my screen and pull it up. I don't need to depend on you guys. Let me pull mine up real quick.
No doubt, no doubt.
All right.
But also for anybody that's watching, this is how it can get closer and bigger. Black Jesus, if your camera's here and you're following it, Black Jesus, then it'll get closer to you. Yeah, it'll get closer to you here and appear bigger, and then it'll go further and lower to the horizon and appear smaller.
Yes, and I agree. Stop, brother, stop. I agree 100%. I agree with you. But that is a lateral movement. All right, that's not a vertical movement. That's a lateral movement. In close is bigger, out is smaller, right? Right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh no, Masterpiece.
Yes.
Masterpiece, listen to me, brother.
You're correct.
Masterpiece. Okay, good. So my point is, brother, it will be going in a lateral movement away from you, smaller, towards you, bigger. Lateral movement. So, brother, the video that you showed earlier, the sun was going up and down.
Right.
Out of camera range back there. Brother, stop. No, brother, listen. I'm just let me finish talking.
Okay.
So, brother, that the up and down movement is not a lateral movement of the sun. Okay, if it's going around a flat earth, getting closer and smaller. That lateral movement, up and down, corresponds with the 23.4 degrees axis at the Arctic Circle, and the Earth spinning and making the sun appear like it's going up and down. But you're saying it's going forward and backwards. That is false. Because if it's going forward and backwards, listen to me, brother. If it's going forward and backwards, it's not going to go up and down in its movement. And when you
Okay,
brother, show the video again. Show the video again, brother.
Look,
no,
okay.
Brother, no, brother.
I'm showing it.
Go ahead. We got to hurry up and get the show over with. Go ahead.
Right. I wish I could just show this one. Okay,
now
see
stop.
how it's
now
moving
stop.
further away.
Now hold on. Now stop. But no, stop it. Freeze it, brother. Now listen, brother. Everybody on here got common goddamn sense, bro. When the sun is on a regular sunrise and a sunset, a regular morning and an evening, when the sun is coming up, it does not look large. It looks smaller and it's cooler in the day.
Right.
And the reflection of the sun is very dim. But when the sun gets higher, it looks like it's getting bigger, but actually the sun's rays is in position to where the sun rays are being more more prominent. And as the sun reaches high noon, that's when the sun and the day is at its hottest. It's high noon every day.
I don't care if it's in the wintertime.
Okay.
I don't care if it's in summertime. Listen, the highest temperature that you're going to get in a day is when the sun is at the very high noon, at the very
Right.
top of your head.
Right.
And when
Like
you
this,
look at the sun at the top, brother, I'm almost finished. When you look at
that's
the
not
sun
me.
at the top of your head, brother, listen.
No.
When the
It's not
sun
me.
is at the
It's
top
not
of your,
me. Somebody else is talking.
oh,
So
okay, somebody, please, I'm gonna let you talk.
Yeah,
If
this
the
Dre
sun,
talking.
when the sun is at high noon, the sun is at its hottest, and it looks to be very bigger than it was when it started rising in the morning.
No doubt.
right.
Can I say something about that? That actually proves.
Go ahead.
That proves flat
Go
Earth.
ahead.
What you just said is what flat earthers use to debunk the globe. The fact that the sun is more warmer and bigger above me prove that it's a local light source that takes its heat and its light with it as it moves away from you. So at high noon, when it's brightest and hottest, as it moves away from you, it starts shrinking and it leaves you in darkness. Just like if I was standing at the beginning of a long hallway with you, Black Jesus, and I walked away with a lamp, I would leave you in darkness. Don't mean I went over a curve. So we go back to the argument I made earlier. But the reason I brought it back up, because you actually made a good argument for flat Earth. You're right. The sun takes its heat with it. It takes its light with it. That's called local lighting. A sun 93 million miles away lighting up a whole hemisphere side of a globe. Man, you wouldn't have doggone high noon. It'll always be high noon. I mean, you know,
And that's why when this is right here, like what you're trying to say, it's biggest. This telephone pole, imagine this is high noon. Imagine you're standing right here underneath it. It's high noon. It's the biggest pole, apparently. As it moves away, like it does in this video, it gets smaller and lower. And then as it comes back, it gets bigger and higher. Now I tried to show that to you here. If it now this is a bird's eye view.
I agree with you.
Now this is a right, but now let me take it 3D now. This is a bird's eye view. If this is the North Pole and you're here, then the sun is closer to you here than it is here. What that looks like on a plane is if you're here and the North Pole is here and the sun is here, it's going to appear bigger and brighter in the sky than it does over here because it's going to be lower and further away. So if we have buildings that are coming closer to us in a lateral direction and then moving further away from us and then coming close, it would look like this. The buildings start far off in the distance, low in the horizon, and then the buildings come to you and they get bigger. And then as they move away from you, they get smaller and bigger. So I don't know where the problem is that you can't see.
Hey, can we let really quick, Black G's, can we let Big Dread put a little work in here? He's popped in and out a few times earlier, man. Can you
Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Hold on. Let me respond. Let me respond to brother Sanchez and to brother
Bro, Black G, we heard.
Masterpiece.
I mean, let's kind
Hold
of
on, brother. Just give me,
brother.
Just let me respond to what they said. We're gonna wrap that up. Let the brother speak, and we're gonna end the show. Brother, Masterpiece, brother Sanchez. Thank you for coming back, brother Sanchez. Now, again, brothers, we agree about if the sun is further away, it's gonna be smaller looking. If it's closer, overhead, high noon, it's gonna look bigger. Now, do you two guys? One quick question: are you guys saying that the sun literally gets smaller and bigger, or is it just a perception because of the distance, and the sun stays a constant size? What are y'all saying?
We're saying that it's just perception. Let me tell you something.
Okay, good.
Let me say something else, and it's gonna be 1 minute. I live by an airport, and I go out there sometime and watch them take off. And these airplanes are huge. And guess what? As they go away and vanish on the horizon, they get small and small, just like the sun, and they vanish on the horizon. The airplane ain't going over the curve. The sun ain't either. This is the way our eyes work.
Okay, good. Thank you, brother. Brother Masterpiece, play the video, brother. Play it. Play your video of the sun going up and down. If he's not there, okay, well then.
Okay, I got it loaded up here, and it's not
Okay,
going up
play
and
it.
down. It's coming in and out.
Oh, that's your opinion, brother. Now just play it.
Shoot.
And then we're gonna let the while you're doing that, go ahead, brother. Bring in the other brother real quick, Lex, while he's pulling that up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Big Dread. I don't know if he wanted to say something, but he ain't really
Come
had
on,
to.
Big Dre. Come on with it, Big Dre. What's on your mind, brother?
All right. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because every time I pop in and out, I hear this brother, like he the only one in the panel and shit. This shit crazy. But it is
Sorry
what it
about that,
is.
brother. I apologize, brother.
Then I noticed that you keep asking a whole lot of questions. Is it all right if I ask him a question?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
All right. So do you believe that we landed on the moon?
You talking to me or Master P?
I'm talking to you.
I think it's possible that we did. I have my doubts, but I think it's possible that we did.
Okay, cool. I'm taking it somewhere. Because that was because us landing on the moon was supposed to be when they took the photo, what it's called the blue marble. And that's supposed to be that undeniable proof that the earth was round. And I know y'all gonna go back and say, and our ancient ancestors, no. NASA, the government, everybody, they took that photo to prove that we live on a globe. What if I tell you that there's no evidence that a man could survive in a vacuum for more than 2 minutes? So it would have been impossible for them to send somebody, a human being, in a astronaut suit to go to the moon and be out there for 6 hours. What would you think about that? So now if they never, oh, see, now you're
let
gonna
me ask
answer.
you a quick question.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, hold on. But do you believe that man is able to go out of space? Do you believe that there's a real space station out there and that there are human beings living on that space station? Yes or no? You believe that?
Human beings living on the space station? Absolutely not. Do I believe that we have a space station? Of course we do.
Okay, but no human beings are on there. You don't believe no human
Everybody
beings are in it?
No, they sucked it up with a balloon. I mean, that's obvious.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
All right, so now when you know that they did not send man to the moon to take a photo, where's your evidence that we even live on the globe? We have no photos, no real pictures of our so-called plane. Everybody keep talking about me personally, just like even when it comes to the other planets, I have a telescope, man. When you look at those planets through a telescope, it's not what they show. None of them.
Okay, do you believe the other planets in our solar system, do you believe that they are flat as well? All the planets?
First of all, I have to believe that there are planets to answer that.
No, I'm talking about with your telescope, with your observations, with your telescope observing the planets and the stars and the sun. Do you believe that the sun and the planets in our solar system, are they all flat?
Yeah, Black Jesus.
Okay. You're asking me a question. Listen to me. First of all, I got to believe that there are planets that answer that. I don't know what they is. They like twinkling lights, like some type of frequency. When you look through a telescope, you do not see a planet. They look like stars. You understand what I'm saying? They look just like stars.
He's right about that. He's right about that.
I'm showing it on my screen. I'm showing it on my screen for everybody.
Well, man, it's time for us to ask them some questions, man, for real. Because
I got a question for Black. I got a question for Black Jesus.
Go ahead.
What's the name of the scientist that give you the scientist behind high noon?
The scientists that give me the idea of high noon?
The science behind high noon. What is the scientist's name?
Because he asked me that,
brother. I don't know about no scientists about no high noon, brother. I know high noon, brother, because I've been living 51 years on this earth, and I see the goddamn high noon every day.
I'm glad you said that, Black Jesus. That's my answer to the last show we got cut off when you was asking me the name of the scientist that showed me about the sun not being 93 million miles away. Common sense, crepuscular rays. So when you asked me the name of that scientist, I really gave you my name because I'm a scientist, brother. You are a scientist, Black Jesus, whether you know it or not. You don't have to wear a doggone suit and sound sophisticated to be a scientist. A scientist is anyone that questions their natural reality and try to make sense out of it with common sense. You know, so the scientists that you're putting on the pedestal today, my brother Black Jesus, they ain't got nothing on you, my brother. What am I telling you? I'm saying you're doing more questioning than Neil deGrasse Tyson. In my opinion, Black Jesus, you're more of a scientist than Bill Nye.
Damn.
All right, then, brother. I appreciate that vote of confidence. Now go ahead. This other brother has some more questions. Go ahead, brother.
Oh, which one, me?
Yeah, you.
All right. Have you ever seen a curve before? Have you ever
You
seen?
talking to Black Jesus? Or who you talking to, brother?
I'm talking to Black Jesus.
Have I seen a curve before?
Have you ever seen curvature before with your own eyes?
You talking the curvature of the earth?
Yes.
Yeah, I have been deep sea fishing, and when I've gone deep sea fishing, and I live in Houston, and so this will be in the Gulf. All right, and when we got about 20 miles out, brother, I didn't see no more land. Okay, and we was out there, and as far as I could see, all I saw was and the sea level is the ultimate flat surface on the earth, even though it's liquid. So that's why we measure everything above sea level based on sea level. Okay, because water always settles at the very bottom of everything. Okay, now, and so I didn't see nothing, but and when it was time to go back and as we was leaving the shore, I was seeing buildings and stuff and all that, and the beach, and as we kept getting further out, everything started disappearing. And then when we got about 20 miles out, everything was gone. And then when we went back in, everything started reappearing. To me, brother, that is a curve.
You do know it's scientifically impossible for you to see a curve, right? So I don't even know what you're talking about. I just caught my first body bag. Let me show you how. First of all, the human eye can only see for 3 miles. That's the farthest. Anybody with the best eyesight can only see for 3 miles. And then on top of that, you have to understand that you have the atmosphere that's going to also fuck with your vision. You understand what I'm saying? So if
I disagree with that, brother. I live about 20 miles. I live about 20 miles. Hold on. I live about 20 miles from downtown Houston. Okay. I can step outside my house and see downtown skyscrapers from my house.
Skyscrapers. Yeah, you know how tall that is?
Yeah, but you said we can only see 3 miles, brother. That's not true.
This is what I said. What you mean that's not true?
Brother, you said we can only see 3 miles. I just told you I can see downtown Houston from my house.
The only way you can prove that, show me right now. Show me evidence of this. That's what we deal with. Facts, evidence, things we can back up and prove. You saying you can see further than 3 miles, prove it. You can expose me right now. Just prove it right now.
Brother,
show me.
Okay, brother, I'll tell you what. I will take a picture of downtown Houston from my house, 20 miles away, and then I'll load it up on part 3 next Friday. So show up, and I'll have it for everybody next Friday. Okay.
Okay, brother. Right? That's what you can zoom in and out.
What's your brother? I can see with my eyes, man. Straight up, I don't need no camera, but that's the best way that I can show you is take a picture with my cell phone or camera or something. I tell you what, maybe, we'll think of something, brother. But what's your next question?
Yeah, okay. The problem that wasn't really the problem. The problem was when you kept saying that when you go further out, and then when you say when you come in, you can see, and then you couldn't see. And I just brought up the fact that that's natural, that's normal.
Okay. You know what, brother? What I'm going to do for you guys at part 3, I'm going to show you guys how sea level and laser. There's a laser light way of measuring the curvature of the earth from sea level, and I'm going to bring that video for show number 3, where they actually take a laser light from the beach and show the curvature of the earth the further away a boat leaves the shore. I'll show that to you guys next week. All right. Okay, we gotta end the show, brothers. I appreciate y'all very much. And let me say this to Brother Sanchez and to Brother Masterpiece. You guys are welcome to come back next Friday. Since we've gotten to know each other a little bit better, I think things will be a little bit more cordial, and we'll be more informative instead of kind of tit for tat. But again, to Brother Masterpiece, dear brother, when you look at that video of the sun, no, the sun is not getting smaller and bigger, brother. It's basically the same size. It's being distorted by the clouds and by the sky and the brightness of the sun. Because when it's smaller, when it's lower, it looks smaller, and when it's higher, it looks bigger. So no, it's not going in and out. It's going up and down as the sun looks smaller, as brother Sanchez agreed with me. When the sun comes up, it looks small. When it gets high noon, it looks big. So that's what you're looking at, brother. You're not looking at forward and backward getting bigger and smaller. You're looking at up and down, up bigger, down smaller. That's what you're looking at, brother. So again, brothers, we'll talk about this on next Friday. We should be able to wrap this up with show number 3. So again, brother Master P, brother Sanchez, brother Lex, brother David, the Negro, what do you call it? What is that? David the what?
The Magic Negro.
The Magic Negro. And what's my other brother that's on the line right now?
That's Dre.
Big Dre, appreciate you, man. And everybody listen to the show. We appreciate y'all at Vortex Media. Black Jesus Minister got to get some goddamn sleep.
Hey, good night.
Take it easy now. Hey, Lex, leave us out. Let's roll out with that with that video number 6.
Okay. 1 second.
All right, thank you for having me. Peace, Black Jesus. You be good out there.
Thank you.
Keep doing your thing. Vortex, keep rocking. We'll speak later. And for everybody out there, just keep an open mind and use your own common sense. All right, peace.
Make it number 7, Lex. Make it number 7, Lex. All right. I don't know if Lex is still on the line. Lex in the show.